NASA today. Whoa, I wasn't expecting the space shuttle. What's up, Michael?
Well, I'm always in the space, outer
I like
space.
I
Yeah.
like the black and white shirt. It actually makes you look a lot younger. I'm jealous now. I'm looking old. You're looking young.
You look amazing, buddy. Come on.
No, really, the black shirt compliments you quite well. Nice color. People told me I look better in black, and I think black is just a complimenting color for many folks.
You look better in thin. That's what you've been
Yeah.
doing lately. You're doing thin. That's good.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I've been keeping the diet. I've been
I
sticking
can
to
tell
it.
in the face every day. I see it in the face. So keep doing what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
doing.
getting little bags here. I'm gonna have to do
Yeah, I
something.
know. That sucks. That sucks. I know you and I have to go to a Botox thing. They get
I
that.
don't know. As I'm losing weight, my face is becoming disconformed.
Yeah, well, it's when you lose it everywhere else, and you get the loose skin, and I find it here in the neck. You get the accordion neck. There's the wife or the daughter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Mel just came home somewhere. They've been at the shopping mall roaming around.
So what time is it there? It's 6:30 here. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey there. How are you?
7:34 p.m.
I so want you to meet my daughter Laura. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to do it, man.
Yeah, we'll have to get them together. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to try to convince my wife to get on after a while. She's very hesitant about getting on, and she'll give me an evil eye. But
I can't get my wife anywhere near the camera. She thought she was in the back and I was broadcasting. She was ready to kill me.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like it. Well, there's many reasons why people don't like it, and I understand the reasons. I don't want to go in depth about it.
Why do you think we like it? That's a better question.
We don't think about the consequences, and most others do. I think more about the good that it does than the bad. And when you're live and you're putting yourself in front of the world, it doesn't matter if you're the angel of heaven. There's someone that wants to make sure you fall. And people have a sport, no matter how great you are.
Yeah, we should let Tuan up. Did you invite him?
Tuan, no, anybody's welcome. Tuan, let's get you up here.
Hey, Tuan, how you doing this morning?
I did not see. Okay. I actually had to close my multi-broadcasting down because today I couldn't multicast.
Good. Well, you know what? You can't be everywhere for everyone every day, right?
Yeah.
So
my multicasting, I had to shut all those down. It was causing me some issues. I think it was. I don't know. I'm having no problem now. Yeah, Jimmy says he enjoys talking with people. Whoop whoop.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm going to follow you. I don't follow Jimmy. Is Jimmy a good guy?
I've been listening to Jimmy talk a little bit. I like Jimmy. Everybody I like. I don't care what your opinion is. I admire even the ones I don't agree with, and those I do agree with. I enjoy watching everybody's content. There's very few people that I would say I don't watch, and one of them, and there's a couple others that I'm learning that I really wasn't into their what do you call it? I'm not into their karma. Kind of deflects my happiness, so I kind of stay away from them.
Yeah, well, we all tell ourselves stories, right? I think that individual is telling stories right now. Randy and I are doing cryptic messages to each other.
I don't understand those type of people, said Brian. Yeah, Jimmy's the second camera. My name is Donald Brandt. What's up, Donald Brandt? Welcome. Anyway, I can't help when the words are on my tongue, but I'm not allowed to spit them out, so I'll be quiet.
Good for you. Good for you. You're showing growth.
Oh. Actually, a complete conversation just passed through my mind that was directed with you in a previous broadcast, but I don't want to put it out there.
Good man. Good
man.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
After this, I need to call you, though. Someone was very concerned and called me this evening, and I'd like you to know what's going on.
Yay. That's good. But it's getting crazier and crazier around here. You can tell the people are getting comfortable. I like that.
Yeah, they're getting comfortable.
They're getting comfortable, which means there's going to be drama, which means there'll be ratings, which means people will watch, which means maybe we'll get paid. I don't mind.
Yeah, but derogatory drama is never good. you can create a little bit of drama, but derogatory in the nature where someone is really trying something hard and you're really trying to kill their dreams and you know what you're doing, that's wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? I hate to say it, that this format's not much far off from Jerry Springer at times.
I don't really get into those type things.
Oh God. Here's the thing. If I listened to every single person who told me not to follow someone, I'd have no one to follow. If I had to block, I've had now about 15 people tell me not to follow each other, and I would be only talking to Mark. And maybe you. If I'd be talking to Mark, and I'd be talking to you when you were happy with me, which is every other day.
I've only listened and blocked 2 that many others have told me, and I will not go into detail, but usually I never do for any reason. I think on my Twitter I have 40,000 people and 1 person is blocked.
I had someone yesterday say to me, if you follow this person, I won't follow you, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure the people I have won't follow you. And I was like, okay.
Here's the problem. Currently the system is if they block that person and then you have that person as a guest, they won't follow you because they're not. It disappears. So they can't follow you. I asked Tawan to come up. I guess he was busy. We have Fraser was with me earlier. Let's invite him back. Anyway, so what are you doing today, Michael? You're off. You're enjoying your time. What kind of stuff are we spreading? What are we trying to do today?
Well, I was going to do the morning show, but I got my my little dog here, my daughter's dog, and the dog happens to be sleeping and for a few minutes. So I thought I will go say hi to Randy.
Well,
and then I was worried about you. I thought your thing wasn't working, so I was going to say, look, I'll open my room up. You do what you need to do, and I'll leave and look after the dog.
Well, anyway, I figured out I just stopped the multicasting, and actually it's cleared up for me now, it seems. So welcome, Fraser.
See, here's the thing with Fraser. You got to give him a couple of seconds to get the beauty mode on. Like, you can't just pop him up. Because I notice he does this, and he's moving things. And if he had free-flowing hair, it would be a real orchestra beauty. But
this is very unique. Fraser and I have the twins thing going on, and then you're in the middle. I don't know. I feel like I'm some kind of a Mars event. I got the NASA in the center and the pilot and co-pilot on each side.
Yeah, I've said this before, though. Fraser is fun to have, and he's really helpful because I absolutely suck at the comments. You're good at it, Randy, but he's supportive and he's grounding for me when he's in the cast.
Happy to help.
Thank you. Yeah. So, Fraser, you're on every cast known to man. I thought Randy was on a few. I'm looking and going.
I think you stick to Anthony. You stick to the people that you know, and you stick to the people that are good people, that you're going to get some fun, and you're going to get some good conversations. And
we got trouble now. Look at this. Look what's coming up here. Here we go. There we go.
Happy New Year. Thank you for the award, Short Life. We got Twan coming in. Oh, there he goes. We're waiting for your OBS to kick in.
No,
Twan, how are you?
I think if you stick to the people you know on this platform, stick to the good people, stick to the positivity, the encouraging, and the business people, you won't go far wrong. And eventually you will be there. You will be there. The bad whole thing, get rid of them. You know what I mean? So.
Hi, Twan.
Hey, Twan. Twan again.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do the OBS on here. By the way, we'll have to talk off camera sometime.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I know how to do OBS. I just don't know how to do it on here. That's all.
Is OBS not like a bubble problem?
Not BS, sir. OBS.
Well, it's actually, if it's, you mean like on the actual HAPS broadcast video, right?
Yes. He was inferring that I said BS and I meant OBS.
I was saying, is OBS not a bubble problem?
Hi, Randy.
No, not OBS. OBS.
Good morning.
Actually, my personal feeling of the situation is HAPS is a great thing that replaces the need for OBS. But now Tawan, he's a professional journalist, so he needs more tools at hand because he's doing actual real journalism.
Yes.
And he needs the multi-tools and the multi-units. But for most of us average people, HAPS has replaced the need for all of that stuff.
That's true. That's true.
We
You're
can
right.
multicast here, and we can have friends, and we can share videos. And I think HAPS helps you create the need for only HAPS. But I understand, and you're for a professional like Tuan, you have to have these things.
I think indirectly he said I'm not professional, and he's correct. Okay, it's all right. I'm just going to cry in the corner here for a little bit, but I'll be all right.
You'll be around. Is that what you said?
Oh, this is too early in the morning for this, but
I'm gonna need a new cup of coffee. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
yeah, well, you can get coffee and still have the background there, and trust me, we'll be talking. Randy and I, we talk. There's no doubt there. So, Randy, currently in this time frame, how are things there for COVID? Are they good where you are? And
I don't know. I'm in the house. I can't go outside till maybe tomorrow. I don't know what's going on.
how does that work? Like, do they
I
not
stay in the house and I don't go outside.
for 14 days, 10 days?
I don't know how many days. I already got a pass saying I can go anywhere I want, but now I don't know. I'm not really sure. My wife will verify it tomorrow at the local like city hall thing to see what I'm supposed to do. They were closed when I arrived on the weekend, but I have the pass that says I've completed the testing. I was negative, so I have all the papers that says I'm good to go. But we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
So, Tuan, what are you feeling this morning besides a little chaos?
I took a really good nap.
Yeah.
And I much needed rest. And that's what. Hey, so sorry, Randy, I didn't join your live earlier. That's why I completely decided. I was like, you know what, do some me time. So I took a quick break, probably for about 12 hours, 14 hours, because I think we have a lot ahead of us this coming week, with politically wise and what's going on up in the Capitol Hill. So I'm feeling kind of antsy. It's Sunday, so I kind of got to get prepped for the week.
Do you find it? Do you find that a lot of people Sunday is not a fun day anymore because they're getting ready for the rest of the week?
Bingo.
Do you know what song that is? Sunday's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Come on, Ramsey. Come on, buddy.
What?
Sunday's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Do you know who did that? The Bangles. Do you know who wrote it? Prince.
All right, cool. Right.
This man looks like a man I just talked to a few minutes ago.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's very similar, but he had a suit on and he dressed up so well. I was like, is that the same man in the video? You clean up well, sir.
Quick.
I got an insight to Michael's work yesterday. It was quite interesting. Yeah, like he's what he does, making sure the pipes are flowing, which is good. And
that does not sound right, sir.
No, it doesn't sound right.
Oh my God, man!
I mean the boiler pipes, the boiler pipes.
Payne is actually doing a lot of technical broadcasting and telling people how to do different things, and we appreciate you for that, doing that for people. It's nice that you're sharing how to be a better broadcaster in the technical format. It's needed quite a bit, so we appreciate it.
Yes, it is very much so.
And Tuan showing us how he broadcasts when he's out in the studio in the remote area, devices that he uses. We appreciate that also. So all these things are very nice, give us a little insight on things that people should know that are available to them, so they can try to improve their game or do what you want or just have more enjoyment when you're broadcasting.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, Randy. I'm still learning, actually. Maybe technical part we are good, but there are a lot of things we need to learn from you people, So that's how it's a mix of both, technical and communication and all that.
I think that's one part of HAPS that could be better in the next 6 months is making simple videos for the average person to understand that you could go directly to YouTube. And in Canada, the average person, if I tell them about Haps, they look at me like, what? So it hasn't really taken off here yet. But as soon as Periscope is gone, I think we'll see a lot of people who need instructional videos to know what they're doing, because this might be beyond their comfort zone, how to use it. Does anybody?
It has to be quite comfortable and easy. I think it's a bigger challenge when you try to step into the professional realms of YouTube and the algorithms and the competing with 22 billion users every day. That puts you in the big boys games, and it's a challenge. You know, it's really a challenge.
Yeah, I agree.
And the stringent rules about viewers, numbers, censorship on what you can say and who you can say it to. The challenges on YouTube are quite great. And YouTube is not about numbers, it's about quality. So your pay per ad view varies depending on the quality of your viewers and the age group. So I get different money on an age group of people in a different region. So it's a vast world, you know. You can have 1 million viewers and make no money, and a guy next to you can have 2,000 viewers and be just knocking it out of the park. So I'm still learning and playing with it. I think I only have 5,000-6,000 followers, and I'm still playing with it. And today we cleaned up and deleted a lot of stuff, and we're going to try to make it grow more. It's quite a Tawan, have you got your YouTube going, or?
I have a YouTube channel that I created through a brand, because when I work with these news organizations, I work on a corp-to-corp relationship. So I have a brand out there, but to be honest with you, I've never prioritized to really grow it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I haven't really put a lot of effort in trying to capitalize on it.
Do you know what's great though, with you just doing what you're doing every day and putting it on there, it may just automatically grow without you really putting any effort into it. You know, because you'll probably have 2,000 videos by next year.
I deleted all my live videos.
Oh, I know why.
Yeah, they touch in areas that can't be touched.
You mean that sounds wrong too. Okay.
Well, but they did. They just went to different areas that YouTube will put you in a category, and you don't want to be in that algorithm of some of these talks, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes
too many innuendos. There's too many innuendos this morning.
We got something shared by Mr. Husnain. I hardly think on YouTube anymore. YouTube made things so complicated and problematic because of all the child protection things. Yes. With YouTube, I walked into a restaurant one day and the radio was playing and I didn't even notice. It was soft radio in the background. Yeah. And I immediately got 3 messages from YouTube: discontinue now, or blah, blah, blah. This is not a mark against you. This is a fair warning. Okay.
Yeah, because I think they aggressively have people try to sue them if they're, especially music. Yeah, but Randy, you know what? Next thing you need to buy is maybe just like a little keyboard and some, program your own music. You were talking about that, weren't you? For background.
I'm going to be using someone I already met here online. So.
Yeah, and then you guys could cut a couple of records with the Hooter guys, whatever that group is called. I can't remember what they're called.
The He-Man Hooter Haters.
Yeah, you could have your first signal. I'm free and moving about. That doesn't sound right either. Okay, but there.
Chanel, what are you doing? You want to come over here and join in?
I would love that.
We have a special guest coming in. Let me move it over here. Chanel, shed the mask. I'll move away.
I'm going to be awkward.
That's no problem. This is Chanel, my daughter. She's going to come in and have fun.
I'm so awkward.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi, Chanel.
Good evening there. Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Hello.
Do I take the hat off? I don't know.
There you go.
Abed. Let's see, girl. Share. Let's
The
see.
Horton.
All right.
You're good, girl.
Horton clan.
Introduce yourselves. Chanel Horton, live on Haps TV.
Exactly.
Randy W. Horton's one and only favorite child of Evangeline Horton, the brother, the sister, the family member, the one we all love and adore, Chanel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning, guys. Morning time in the States.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's good evening at my place, actually. I'm from Malaysia. And
I'm in Scotland, Malaysia, Scotland, Canada, and New York.
New York.
Yeah, from all over the world here. Yeah.
Aye,
Mhm.
all four corners. Or
Well,
five.
Covered.
So you know what I ask everybody who comes in to my room? I always ask them, what are you grateful for right now?
Love Haps. Love Haps. Join Haps.
Love is happy. Right, Michael?
Right.
Randy is love, though. Let's put that there. Okay.
Well,
So what are you currently grateful for?
What am I grateful for? I am
Yeah.
grateful for my family because we're all here together. It feels pretty good. Life is great because we're all together again.
I'm
Yeah.
grateful I don't have somebody ask me this stupid damn question every day.
Is he pushing your buttons a little bit?
No, I'm just, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
So if you were to have a channel on here, what kind of things would you do? Like, are you a singer? Do you
Nope,
like
I don't
God?
sing.
No singing? Well, your dad is definitely a singer. Did you hear that high range at the end there when he?
Yeah. I don't know. Just talk, I guess. I have a channel on here, but I don't use it.
Are you open to doing something with my daughter where you guys could talk? And she's 27.
Oh, 27.
She's 27, and she's a singer, songwriter.
Right.
Super nerd, into all kinds of nerdy stuff.
Wow.
She's like you. She does not like going on. Let's put it that way. Like, she has to get herself looking a certain way, feeling a certain way. Your dad and I, we can go and we have to think, okay, is my hair up in the air? Am I wearing clothing? I'm ready to go.
There's no hope. I would look bad, so it doesn't matter sometimes, I don't always have to look.
You don't always have the perfect look.
Yeah, there's never a perfect look, so that's why I'm just fine going on whenever.
Yeah, like Tuan will say to me sometimes, "Look, I'm not camera ready, man. I'm not my vibrant, beautiful self this morning. No, it's not happening. Only okay. We'll do just vocal.
I'll participate vocally.
That's it. Yeah, and then he'll change his name and ask really inappropriate questions, and then
Lies
and fallacies.
Definitely you. Hello to everyone in the chat.
Have you met Fraser before? In the chat here, have you ever met him? He's one of the kindest men in the universe. Honest to God.
Not sure.
I'm here. There's Eric.
Yeah,
So Michael,
will we ever get your mom on? Do you think?
She'll go on sometimes, but it's extremely rare.
Yeah, my wife got very angry with me the other day when she thought she was in the camera.
Yep, that's how it is.
Yeah,
Michael, what kind of music does your daughter sing?
Interpretive folk polka melodies. No, I'm only kidding. She does everything.
Okay.
She does everything. She writes for other people. So sometimes what will happen is they'll have the track, and then they'll say put lyrics to it. So they'll send her tracks, and she will put her lyrics on it. And she's done that for many artists now. So she's not getting rich doing it, but she's very creative.
Does she have her own original music?
Oh yeah, you just go on Spotify or Apple Music and look up Laura Hope. She's also on YouTube. And she's got, I don't know, about 10 songs, I think. So I've personally loved one album that she really did. And the other stuff I like, but the first album she did, I really loved that album. I thought that was well done. but
Oh.
my musical tastes are all over the place. So, and I'm an old fart. What do I know? Right?
That fine artwork. A lot of hope by John Spot and Spotify. I'll just be Spotify. There's a lot of hopes. Spotify.
Well, there's a lot of hope on Spotify. Period. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of light. There's a lot of love. You know, especially when you say hope with me. Say, go on, Fraser. There's a lot of hope on Spotify. They can use that. You know,
There you
there's
go.
a lot of hope on
What?
Spotify.
I think I might have found her. She got pick 10 Fallen Angel, Honey, Don't Let Go. Is that the kind of tracks?
Yeah, that's it. And my favorite that she does is Honey, and then probably Yellow Apartment.
Let's have a quick play. See what it sounds like.
Yeah, no,
I better not play it in case somebody's broadcasting. You might get copyright stuff going on.
yeah, you won't get copyright on the Yellow Apartment because she owns that. That's hers.
Right. Okay.
The other stuff. So Yellow Apartment would be safe.
What?
You could play that because that's all hers. The other stuff that's through a label.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're safe. She's told me.
Yellow Apartment. I see. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Sounds like
There's talk on music.
that's what it sounds like. There we go. There we go. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, come around, Cole, and zoom in like around it.
It's really hard to move this thing.
No, bring the whole thing around and bring it in.
Oh, some good, nice music.
Or anything special.
Nice soothing music.
Now, if we were to do karaoke on here, you and I, like if we got together, we got the lyrics going. We know Randy can sing.
I might
Right.
fail. Randy's got he's got his tripod in his hand.
He does. He's a busy man. He's busy in his sleep. He is. Things are going on in his mind. He's thinking about angles, moves, making money. That his
co-sign that
shirt
statement.
should say hustle. He's
I'm
got
trying to
hustle.
avoid it. I'm trying to avoid the there's too many innuendos going on this morning. It's quite difficult not to laugh.
I'm actually trying to get some B-roll for a video I'm working on.
Yeah.
So that's why
Behind
I'm
the scene,
here.
right?
So I can't say this without laughing, but keeping being serious. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to. When you're winding your lift up and down.
Randy is practicing to open up the studio, or have users in Philippines.
I think Fraser's having a meltdown here. You okay, buddy? It's
Yeah,
all right.
just
Just let it out, man. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, we're gonna be okay. You're safe. You're fine. Look at his head's red. Things could pop. Here we go. Things could pop any moment.
Good grief.
Your first name could be Jiffy. Okay.
Oh, superb. Anyway,
Twan, keep your mind out of there. Come on, Twan.
yeah.
Yeah, come on, Twan. Come on. I feel you, man. I know what you're doing. I know you're trying to keep it together. Look at that.
Oh, good grief.
I think he's going to break into an interpretive dance when I call him on stuff. Look at him. He's going to
Yes. Anyway, aye. So it's,
I like to say that. I am the Frito Bandito. Okay.
Splendid, Miss Money Bunny. Splendid.
So, Randy, listen, I have to go look after the dog. I loved meeting your family again. Please. If you can, I would love for you to meet my daughter. I think you two would have fun, even if you talked off air. I think you're more similar than . Oh, check her channel out, or just look at the video I did with her on mine, and then if you feel like, hey, she's cool, just reach out, and I'll tell her that. And she really knows your dad. Trust me. She watches the videos, so she knows. She knows your dad. Everybody knows your dad. Yeah, he's a walking celebrity. Oh, there you go.
I'm ugly.
When you do a cameo, just look down and say hello.
Just a hi.
But your mom
You
wanted
can
to do
put
a
your
hug.
face mask on.
We should record an album for Dad. Record the music. We just need a
Just
guitar.
you can wear the hat so you're hidden.
Okay, Michael's up now. Michael,
Cameo.
yeah.
Mom, they just
I'm
wanted
gonna
to do.
get going as well. I'll catch everybody later because I've got things to do. If I stay sitting on my butt, I'll get nothing done. So,
Just put your mask.
Good to see you, Fraser.
All the way.
take it easy, Randy. Take everybody. I'll catch you all later.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Fraser.
Later, Gator.
Oh.
So what are you guys doing over there? So what are you guys doing? Just hanging out?
We're just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 8 p.m. So we're just chilling.
Okay,
Randy,
we got a
can you,
cameo. Come over here. It's a mommy cameo.
Say hi.
Hi.
hi, I'm Twan.
Hello.
How's everybody doing? I'm eating. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How are you guys? What
Wow.
do you guys? So you guys are just hanging out this morning?
Yeah, we just hang out in the house. Randy can't go anywhere, so I
Right.
have to go barangay hall tomorrow for his acceptance letters. So it might be turn out good, We're not sure yet.
Yeah. Are they pretty restricted, like with the COVID-19 restrictions there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because
Okay, so same thing like the States.
yeah, because every place, every like a province, like a town, you have to register the people who are coming in. So Randy is not there yet, so I have to register him that he's here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Randy mentioned this to me a little bit earlier. So okay, obviously now
Yeah.
you have to go and advocate for
Yeah.
that.
Tell him that he's around here. So if not, he might get in trouble.
Correct.
So-
And we definitely don't want that. So we just figure out the process.
Mm-hmm.
Is this registration only for due to COVID or in normal?
No, for this COVID thing.
I see. Yeah.
And especially he's from abroad, so they don't wanna be. They don't want anybody from abroad
Yeah.
mixed with the local people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they were so strict.
Well, I mean,
And
I don't want
in-
to take any more of your time, but it was a pleasure meeting you. I mean, it's nice to, meet. I'm in the States. I'm in New York. You guys
Oh,
are there in
really?
the Philippines. Yes, I'm in New York. Yes.
It's cold there. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yes. We got some snow a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
But yeah, it's been a little bit chilly.
Oh, really? Wow, it's nice. We've never been in a cold place for years.
So for when
Yeah.
when we get past this pandemic, come to New York. I'd love to have you all.
Oh,
You too, sir. From Malaysia.
Sure, thanks.
I'm
thanks.
talking to you.
Yeah,
Yes, you too.
How about the down? The gentleman down.
Yeah, I'm Hassan. I'm from Malaysia, originally
Oh.
from Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So I'm living in Malaysia more than 20 years. So this is my second home.
Oh, really?
Did you bet?
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. So how do you
Yeah.
like?
Okay, now Jubail I really miss because at that time I was doing my schooling in Al Khubar, living near to Jubail, SWCC, a desalination plant. So that's how I discovered Randy, because I was searching something about Googling about Jubail, and I found him.
Oh, really?
So
Wow.
after that, I'm following him, wherever he goes, He was on Periscope, and now he's the one who actually asked me to come on HAPS.
Very
So
interesting.
that's how. Yeah, so it's a small word,
Yeah, small world after
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. So that's nice to meet all of you together because he was trying a lot, it was a challenging task to travel, get paperwork.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
saw that
this
he was a
is
little bit stressed too, so it's
wonderful.
nice to see that it's worth it in the end. You know, to figure it
Yeah.
out. It's about family, right?
Yeah, that's right. So guys, nice meeting you, and I'm glad, I'm talking from Malaysia and New York, Philippines.
Yeah.
So nice talking to you, and hope to see you soon.
Sure, sure.
Likewise. Good to meet
Yeah.
you. Cheers.
Yeah, out of the
Bye,
hot seat.
thank you.
Chanel.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm gonna get him out of the hot seat. I had to put the pressure. Come on, come and say hello for a minute, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, Randy?
Anyway,
Welcome
so-
back. Thank you for allowing us to meet your family. They're beautiful.
yeah, anytime. If you had to, Chanel's good at being online. She had a popular account before, and she kind of laid off a little while. Chanel has got a real popular account on Twitter, on Periscope, and then she was ready to start launching Twitch, and we kind of laid back, but hopefully it'll go again.
Yeah. There's another platform, Discord.
Yeah, I'm very active on Discord,
Yeah.
but Discord, I only keep around 90 to 100 people there.
Mhm.
And it's kind of the after talk, you know. We all are online. We're all looking at everything, and then we do the after work. Everybody say good to see you, Vanjie, Eric. Everybody says hello.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, it's the Discord is a nice after talk, you know, where we all say our personal things that we don't want to say in the big public, but in our tight arenas, saying, "I love that guy. I hate that guy. Can you believe he said?" You know, it's kind of like our gossip column, you know, and it's kind of funny.
We'll call it a debrief. How about that?
Yeah, the deeper
Yeah.
the deeper room, you know, because a lot of things, you know, some people, I don't know, we just talk different things. I know that Tuan has got his Discord server running now.
Yeah, I need to download the. So what it is I need to download the app so I can stay engaged when I'm mobile versus because I have it currently on my MacBook. So I'm learning now. I have to download the app. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I'm learning it.
Well, like, I used to have an active manager on it, and she's kind of displaced right now. I had two active managers. I had like 3 people for different languages because mine is English, Spanish, and Arabic. And my Spanish and English directors kind of decided to take time off. So it's kind of going back to English. But I had on a Saturday morning, a lot of people from South America. It ends up being in Spanish and Portuguese. And it was kind of wild how quickly it developed. But now it's went back down to English due to my inability or inactive of managing it properly. You have to really put the time in it to keep it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I always wish that I don't know whether there will be any application which could actually translate live. I'm not sure in United States whenever they have United Nations, General Assembly. So I don't know whether there is a live translation or not. So if you're doing broadcasts on HAFs in English, it could actually translate into multilingual, and then you don't need to.
Around 3 to 5 years ago, I had a cameo on a TED Talk about an auto translation program. And we were looking at it as I speak, it would come to you in your language. And we had the server idea, and I'm not really sure what developed later. I'm not sure. I don't recall why it died, but we were going for that scenario. So we were going to, like, if Tuan would speak in Spanish, we would hear it in English.
Yeah.
And we're working on the development, and I was with some Stanford people. We had a TED Talk in on it, and I don't know why. I can't remember. Some world event happened where we lost track. I don't remember what it was. I think this is around 2008. And then other things got more interesting. You know, economy died, people got busy, entrepreneurs got tight. Everybody kind of just clammed up for a while, worried about where their money was going to be and where it was coming from.
Yeah. But there are a couple of apps, where you could actually say something and it will translate to in different language.
Yeah, I've seen those, but they're not very accurate,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes
people, Tuan, have you ever used Google Translate and tried to have a conversation?
Yeah, it can be difficult at times, but then there's times where it actually has helped me get through a conversation that was basic or just enough on my end. So, I mean, it kind of just depends on how depth you need it.
Yeah, exactly. I've used it I had to use it in Vietnam, or I would have been lost.
See,
I was way out into a village area in Vietnam. I would not have gotten home until I got that work. I mean, I had to have it to get back. It was a challenge. I was around 100 kilometers outside of Saigon, and I was totally lost. Couldn't tell anyone. No one could understand what I was saying. And the only thing I could remember, I forgot the name of the hotel. I forgot where we were staying, but I did remember that there was a grand mosque near the hotel. So I told everybody I wanted to go to the mosque in the city, the Grand Mosque, and then everybody knew where that was. So luckily there was something near my hotel that I could get back to.
Yeah, I think some of these apps, the vocabulary will be the national language, but if you go into villages and outskirts, they have different slang, and different, sometimes totally different language, So that's why these apps could not actually translate accurately.
Lenny, hello. Candy, hello. Candy's here. I should invite Candy up. I forgot. Sorry, Candy. I was away. I wasn't looking. Let's see if we can invite you. So, Tuan, you're going to be busy with the political stuff next week, yeah?
Yeah, I think that we have a lot to really unpack in the coming weeks, especially with the events going on at Capitol Hill. I'm seeing a lot of you guys keep seeing me probably turn to my left, but because there's a screen with all of the news channels, so I'm reading all of the headlines. So
can I get an opinion while I'm here? I never do politics, but I need your opinion. Are you ready?
All right, let's roll.
I never do politics. Okay.
I know, that's why I'm saying okay, let's roll.
Okay. I was watching today throughout the social media things at how the Democrat or left party is acting like this event that happened at Capitol Hill was the most disgusting demon thing that's devilish on the planet. And this thing was not good, and it was a couple hours long. But I did not see the same passion when the other groups were tearing apart our cities and burning our buildings and killing our citizens. And they were acting like these people were just protesters. I'm kind of confused how what happened at the Capitol was so much worse than what was happening in our American streets throughout the year. And I can't really relate to that. Can you help me understand why that event is so tragic?
Yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a link because there's two women that I saw, and I think that they are Black women, and this was about how it also impacts Black and brown, and this was about racism. This was about understanding the difference between white privilege and white power. And so I'm going to let these women. I'm going to share a link.
Most of my friends, Black friends, told me that they had nothing to do with that, and that events had been hijacked by people that are nothing to do with what they think. So I'm just wanting your personal opinion, not opinion of others who say that this movement or that movement. Most of my friends that are Black said that's an Antifa. That had nothing.
This is not about what I'm speaking about. Is not about a movement. So I'll share that link with you in a second.
Your opinion, though, means more.
No, I hear you on that, but the words that were spoken within 35 seconds, it's literally a 35-second clip, was best said, and it even has nothing to really even do with her being a Black woman and speaking it. I mean, we are to listen to when a Black woman speaks, one, but two, it's the context that's also important. That's why I want to outline it.
No problem. Why don't you put it on the screen? Let's see it. Let me make you a director, and you can share it. Hold on. I will make you a director.
Yeah, and it's a 35-second clip, so it will speak for itself in that moment.
Okay, I made you a director. And Candy, you were invited somewhere. What happened to Candy? You were invited wherever you disappeared to. And Hasnain, I think he lost his signal or something.
Oh, really? Baby, come back. Okay. So we're gonna go to Chrome tab, Twitter. Okay. And thanks for being open about this, Randy. I appreciate
Here we
that.
go. Let me share that, and let me put it at number 1.
Because we
All right,
All right, are we ready to roll?
we're ready to roll.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
in their minds, they own this country, they own that capital, they own the cops work for them, and people like me have no damn right to try to elect a president. Because we don't get to pick the president. They get to pick the president. They own the president. They own the White House. They own this country. And so when you think you own it, you own the place, you ain't afraid of the police because the police are you. And the police reflect back to them. In their minds, they
So
own
that's
this
the clip.
country. They own that capital.
And the reason why I bring that up and why that was important to me, and as a journalist is, and not just as a journalist, me being a brown, I'm a brown man first. I'm a minority first before I'm a journalist.
Actually, I'd like to correct you. You're an American first, but go ahead.
Yes, I am an American first. I am a Vietnamese man first, and I'm a Mexican man, right? I'm coming from both immigrant families, right? And me being a generation that actually has gone to college, did complete high school, etc. So that being said, but also my family, my father's side would have been able to have a small business and have that family business. So we also understand what it is to come from nothing, right? And not forgetting that. But going back on topic.
That's where I'd like to stop and interrupt your speech for 1 second. Your family came. They created a small business. Wasn't that upsetting when they were going down the streets to other small immigrant business and they were burning them and breaking their windows out? Didn't you have more empathy? I mean, when we had the Antifa on the streets killing small business and breaking their windows out and raiding their streets in different parts of America, that upset me 10,000 more % than those who invaded the Capitol full of people that I didn't trust to begin with.
So,
do you understand?
Well, there's different perspectives that we're going to look at this, but the perspective why I shared that clip with you guys and is this was about race, of them being able to feel inferior of another race. We have to be very clear about this. What I see in my eyes, the difference is, this is where I was able to see complete clarity on is what the difference between white privilege and white power. What I saw there, because if there were black and brown people, there would have been a slaughtered house. There would have been dead
bodies. Can't say coulda, but you can't say coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's what happened. We can always say, oh, if it could have been different. If it was like this, it wouldn't have been the same. You can't do that. It wasn't like that, and it wasn't the same. So it was what it is. You can't interject different things. You know, imagine if it was Russians that did that. Oh, wait a minute. Imagine if aliens did it. You can't just pull a magic group out of the sky and say maybe what happened if an alien did it? Wouldn't we act it different? You know, that's not what happened. What happened. So you can't interject things that didn't happen. You know, you can't bring a myth. What actually happened?
Well, hold on. But all right. But Mr. Horton, you're a businessman. So when we look at metrics and we look at data and we look at patterns in business, this is the same thing as us analyzing the data on how police respond to black and brown peaceful protesters versus what you would call here, what some would call patriots, I call it rioters. When we look at the police brutality pattern in the United States, we can see that police brutality, it's always going to be targeted on black communities and brown communities.
Yeah, but let's go back again. This is still getting us lost in a subject that's not what I'm trying to talk about. I mean, I understand what you're saying. And what I'm trying to say is, how is everybody so obsessed about what happened to the Capitol, but nobody was obsessed with what was happening on the American streets? It wasn't an outrage to the media. When you destroy a family's business compared to the Capitol, why is the obsession higher and greater in one or the other?
And I'll be very clear to your viewers. I confirm with my FBI sources that Antifa, Black Lives Matter had nothing to do with what happened on Capitol Hill, and that was confirmed by FBI. So let's clear that air quickly here, right? So we're not going to have that discussion, or I'm not going to entertain any discussion regarding Antifa or Black Lives Matter being involved in Capitol, because I confirmed this with FBI. It's already been reported by other sources as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that part. I'm just saying that both events.
do.
I don't look at people with color. I don't look at people with shades or sunglasses on. You know.
You should, because we're
don't.
treated differently. And I can tell you that I've been treated differently like that even in corporate America, in the New York tri-state specifically. I have been discriminated against. I'm even continuously to be discriminated against for my age, even by some people on this app. So that speaks more about them than me, though.
Discrimination is practice, and it's well known. Age discrimination is common practice in America, and it always has been. If you're 40 years old, go try to join the Army. They will tell you immediately you're too old. Age discrimination is a part of life. If you're 14 years old and you need to make an income for your family, they won't give you a job. You have to be 16. So age discrimination is a part of our culture, and it always will be.
It doesn't make it okay, though.
No, it doesn't.
And I do not condone it. And this is where the difference, where I believe where my generation is different than your generation, where I'm done with it. We do not tolerate it. We are here to change it. Either you're with us or you're not, but we're moving forward with what we believe. And that's where I see, like, and I'll give you an example. My background is in human resources. So when I speak to more senior human resource directors, they don't like when you're jumping around job to job to job, right? They say, okay, well, where's the longevity in that? Well, my perspective is, hey, if this is not a good fit for this employee, and this employee left me in 2 months, you just saved me some money. Now, I understand there's always going to be a cost of rehiring when you have a revolving door. But that being said, I appreciate an honest employee that's saying, hey, I'm 2 months in and I'm just not feeling your culture. I got to move on. So there's a difference.
I agree with that. That's totally great. There's a lot of things you don't know until you're inside the culture, and then you get in and it just doesn't have a vibe.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but that's the difference between a generation that I have seen as a professional and working in this industry is HR depends, right? It depends on who you ask. And when I ask these questions, I normally notice that they're older human resource directors. There's a generation difference.
Comment, Tuan. They're saying now we're moving into the realm of rich and poor. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that speaks to the vulnerable communities, where when you look at, you look at the number of resources that is distributed to a vulnerable community. And when you start to look and unravel, like, okay, what's really being taught there? Why is the crime rate so high? I mean, we have to follow the number. I mean, we follow the numbers in business. We follow the numbers in tech when we want to. Why can't we follow the data? Now, people will say, well, Tuan, you can always misconstrue data. Guess what? I agree with that. I agree that you can misconstrue data, and I'll give you an example. So the Trump presidency has claimed that they've had the lowest African-American unemployment rate in the U.S. history. Please don't quote me on that specific what they're saying, but to the worst effect of that's what they were claiming. Well, here's the thing. That's not true, because when you're kicking people off unemployment, that doesn't mean they're being employed. That just means that the unemployed benefit that we're measuring by that specific data means that we're no longer paying them unemployment.
Yeah, but then again, I see this as a good argument, and I can see what you're saying, but I see no politician has done any differently in the past decades. I mean, every politician gets up and claims everything he ever wanted to claim, and you usually can do.
And I agree with you, and that's why I've always been an independent at age 18. That was what I registered as. Why? Because I don't believe in a two-party system. Actually, I agree with a comment that you made in another broadcast. You stated, well, if we're always going to be in a broadcast with people that agree, how are we growing? How are we evolving?
Right.
So I don't agree with a two-party system. I am not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. And for anyone that wants to go to my county and look that up, I've always been an independent. Why? Because I've always taken personal issue with this system that I feel like it's being forced upon us to be a part of.
You know what? I'm going to say something that maybe everybody wants to shoot me through the screen, but I think we need a good decade. We need a good decade of a dictator to come in and clean America up, who's not a part of any party. I would like to see a 10-year decade of a dictator that walks in and just says, hey, enough of this partisan stuff. Let's switch it back to the people.
You know, I won't agree with the term. So words are very important here. We have to be careful. And when we look up the word dictator, I mean, we're talking about current dictators, previous dictators that have killed people of the mass rates. So I don't like the word dictator. But that being said,
okay, let's go with supreme leader.
I think about it like a supreme taco. I mean, a supreme burrito at Taco Bell when you say supreme, okay?
So a supreme leader. I'm sorry, I'm only playing with you, breaking up it. You know, you got to throw some humor in it.
No, but I'm really enjoying this, Randy. I really am, and this is important that we talk about these things.
All right, hey Jai, welcome.
I love it, though. I love it. It's great.
Anyway, I see, and I see the things. It's unique that I'm seeing a passion from you about something I don't really agree with, and I don't know why I don't agree with it or how I don't relate to it. I'm kind of confused, to be honest. Like the video that you were so happy to show and you thought it said something. I don't want to be rude, but it was not really meaningful to me. And I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't relate to it.
No, and I appreciate your honesty. And that's the difference between, you being white and me being a person of color in this country. The experience is different. And I'm treated differently. And I'll give you an example. When I worked in corporate America,
I live in Saudi Arabia and the Philippines, so I'm always I'm just like you in other countries. It's just the way it is, you know.
Well, then we're on the same page. Then you just acknowledge that the experiences are different.
Yes, but I embrace the good things. I don't pick out the bad parts.
We do not ask. No, hold on. Pause. I do not ask to be treated this way. None of us get asked to get shot and killed out on the street when you have a cell phone. And then when you look on the other side, you have video. I've seen video footage of a white man literally attacking or shooting law enforcement officers and law enforcement officers. For some reason, they do not feel compelled to shoot back. But when it's a black and brown person, so you got to understand the different worlds and realities you live in. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example.
First of all, before you give me the example, I would like to say, no matter what race it is, I 100% agree that the police throughout America have turned into vigilante military groups, and they've overstepped their boundaries and in every direction, in my personal opinion. I mean, the way citizens are treated, the way soccer ball moms drive to work and they're harassed by radars and they're abused verbally for small infractions of the law. So yeah, it may be feeling more extreme, as you say, as somebody of race or color, but everybody feels that. We just kind of suck it up and go on the way. But when I see a policeman harassing a mother at 6:30 in the morning, trying to get her student to the school for going 5 miles over the speed limit, she gets pulled over and the police officer has the audacity to say, "Where in the hell are you going in such a hurry?" And that's a very common thing. And you can see that throughout thousands of YouTube videos. Somebody said, "That's not true, Randy, at all. There are many wonderful police, but wonderful does not stand out in today's world."
Let me add. Hold on, let me be clear on this. So this is my personal opinion, and from what I've observed, is I'll believe in good cops when good cops turn in bad cops, but that will never happen because the system that was set up does not welcome that or allow that. This is a military, like you stated just now, going back to your own words, and a system that has been abused. No one, there is, for some reason, we don't welcome or train these law enforcement officers to turn the bad, rotten apples of the tree in. So I'll go back to it. I believe in good cops when good cops turn in bad cops. Until then, I agree with that. Until then, I can't really move from there. Help me move. I want to move. I want to move forward.
That subject, 100%. You can see it everywhere when they kind of turn the cheek and they don't turn the other guy in. It's a common thing. We all know it. Nobody can deny it.
Yes. And so until we change that system, because I believe that, yes, there are racist cops out there. Yes, they are targeted. But I also believe that it's a system problem. There's two parts of components here. And one of them, it's systematically designed this way. That's why we are where we are in this country.
Mm.
When it comes to police brutality and racism.
I grew up with half of my family are police and the other half are preachers.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, so I've been going to jail or hell since I was 1 year old. But let's get back to the subject.
Oh my God, that was great. That was great. That was great. Oh.
I personally, I think it starts with more than just the oops, you locked up. Okay, now you're back. I think it has to do with a complete culture change. Even when you look at our system, judicial system and the bail system, those who have money get to go home. Those who don't have money can't go home. And just a lot of it is kind of bad. You're reading the comments with intensity. Go ahead and respond.
Oh yeah, because see, here's the thing. They play right into it. That you're showing your true colors right now on this live stream by you telling me go back to your country of origin. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see? You're not getting this, Randy. I'm getting this on this live stream. So this is me. You're playing into my hand right now. So this speaks more about you than me.
Yeah, Len. Yeah, there's always people that go over the top.
This is not a troll. No, this is. I'm triggering them. This is what's going on, Randy. I'm triggering them because a lot of people are like, well, you got a good point, Tuan, or that's a strong point, Tuan, or okay, I can understand how data can be misconstrued. Exactly, because we need to dive more into people say, oh, I need to question what's misinformation. No, what the real tip is, and I'll leave this with your viewers and your audience, is the hard part about this is questioning things that are being told to us that's true. That's one of the keys in moving forward, is questioning things that people are straight up telling you, oh no, but this is true, but this is true. Actually, and then people just kind of naturally go with it, right? The masses, the sheep go with it. So then we naturally like, okay, it must be true. So we're going to naturally go with it. Everybody else is going, no. Actually, sometimes those are the blatant lies that are sitting right in front of us.
I see what you're saying. I usually don't respond to things that I don't believe in, but maybe I should bring it out and say more about it instead of being the quiet guy about some things. But I don't know. You can tell, yes, we have moderators. I don't know what is happening, why it's not working. The people under 20, the internet life is a reality. This is true. It's not just something you hide behind. It is a reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many times I get called a racist, and you know me personally, and they don't know my family, they don't know anything about me, but I get the opposite end of the realm. Oh, you're from Tennessee and you're a white guy, you're a racist. And they don't even know me, my family, and where I live in the world. And I don't really usually comment back. I just let it roll from their tongues. But I get the opposite end of the spectrum, I get the hate where it's like, I get hatred because I'm from a place and I'm white. And I get a lot of it throughout all my social media. And I usually don't respond because I know how ridiculous it is. How should I respond?
And this goes back to me being new to this live streaming. And Randy, I got to say, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I'm forever grateful, truly, because this is a challenge for me to really be able to okay, look, there's some things that, yeah, we're not going to always agree on. But Randy, I don't believe you're a racist. Let's be very clear. You are my friend. Yeah. I've spoken to you offline before. I don't feel that energy from you at all.
I get accused racist, homophobic, white. You can't believe all the things. And I don't even go into detail and tell people anything. And then when they stand up, maybe they follow me again later and they say, oh, look at all his friends. Oh, look at his family. And they go, oh, wow, he's definitely not. And occasionally I get apologies, but not often.
Well, I'm sorry you go through that, but this is very similar to those who harass me and attempt to assault me and send me hate mail, similar to that when I'm doing my job as a journalist and I'm covering Proud Boys. When I'm covering,
they send it to my children. It happens to me also.
That's disgusting. See, excuse me. That is this. Okay. See now, that's where I get upset because I believe that as come on, folks, respect the fact that we're on here as broadcasters and professionals. Our families are off limits. That's not okay, and especially our children. That's not okay, Randy.
We get off the air crazy messages and things. Somebody says the word racist is overused these days. I would not say that's overused. I would say you can't tell somebody, if you feel somebody has been racist, you can't tell the person to feel differently. So when everybody says something to you, well, this is that or that's this, if they feel it is that way, you can't change the way somebody feels. Like you say, because of your Vietnamese, Spanish, American, you feel differently. Well, I can't tell you feel bad. I can't say, no, you don't feel that way. If you feel that way, you feel that way, and that's just the way it is. I cannot tell you how to feel.
And it's very interesting because you said when I was identifying myself to your audience and our, in our community and our friends here, you said, "Well, you're an American first."
That's what I look at first. Everything else, I don't.
No, you're onto something. No, I'm glad you said that. You're onto something. I'm gonna tell you why you're onto something. Because there was a moment in time when I was going out to these protests, riots, some may call, in Portland, and I had to wear a bulletproof vest, and on that bulletproof vest, I had from a previous experience, I had a American flag, and now, which is from a law enforcement uniform. Okay, now, because I understand the trauma that police have done to Black and brown communities. Sometimes there are certain things that are triggering due to the trauma. It's very understandable. You ask any doctor, psychologist, they're going to tell you, of course, there's going to be triggering things. But that being said, what I questioned was, why am I feeling uncomfortable to wear this flag? Because I asked myself, I'm like, I'm Mexican and Vietnamese. I haven't been to Vietnam yet, but I've been to Mexico, and I don't connect. So, and if I don't connect with Vietnam, where would I go? All I know is my own country, America, right? Where I was born, where I'm from. So that being said, I had questioned myself, and I said, you know what? No, I'm going to wear this. I asked my grandmother, my Latina grandmother, and I asked her, hey, what? I'm feeling this way. I just want to make sure that I'm not being disrespectful or triggering to my Black and brown community by wearing this right now in a sensitive time. Currently, right now, with what's going on and things being sensitive and the work that I'm doing. And she told me, this is what my Latina grandmother said. She says, Tuan, you are American. This is where you're from. You wear that, and no one tells you otherwise. And no one can tell you how you feel.
A quick word of advice: when you go to Vietnam, don't tell them you're an American.
Got it. And I'll roll with my name.
You know why? My first trip to Vietnam, we get on a tour bus, and we're going around in a corporate tour. And every person had to tell you how they kicked America's butt and the Vietnamese, and we're proud to be Vietnamese. So if you tell anybody you're American, they immediately tell you, we kicked your butt. Ho Chi Minh just put you down, buddy. And they really go into the story. This is where we kicked your butt here, and we kicked your butt there. I was about to change to say I was like a Norwegian or something. I got tired of the stories.
Now, good. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. Good to know.
Yeah, they want to really rub it in. They want to tell you all about it, and it's like, man, I'm not even. I wasn't even born when that happened. Give me a break. Somebody said it's because Randy has come in from Saudi. Oh, I get abuse from Saudi all the time. Not Saudi people, but people who don't like Saudi abuse me because I live there. Oh, I get a constant. That's another barrage of stuff I deal with because I'm the English voice that the whole world wants to talk to and abuse because the media's told them to hate for Saudi for some reason. So, oh my God, if you only knew those messages, those get tiring.
Again, I feel like it kind of comes with the territory, but when you start to involve our families and our kids, that's where things start to get really personal for me, because I truly am going to go back to it again. They're off limits, you know? And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Randy, that you have to go through that with your family.
That always happens. They push the limit always.
How have you dealt with that?
I just really kind of ignore it and really don't worry about it. I've only reported 2 people, and we had them tracked down to their local police station, and they visited their home for internet harassment. I forget what the charges were. And then at the end, I would have to fly and sign, and the sheriff of that area dropped it on 1 person. So
good.
Just the ones that we felt a little weird about, we definitely took it a whole nother realm. So.
And that's the thing is, like, I'm just here to share my experiences and I'm sure you are too. We're not here to, if you don't like what you're hearing or disagree, share your feedback. We connect with you, and this is how we learn from one another. But when it starts to come violence or hatred, things like that, that's where I'm just like, okay, it's becoming unproductive.
Yes. Yeah, but that percentage is only like 1/8 of 1%. So I don't believe in distancing myself from 98% of the world because 2% are not the type of people I want to deal with. So I'm not going to let the 2% outweigh the 98% of the goodness and the niceness and the greatness and the good people that I've met around the world, like yourself, like many people. I mean, I'm not going to let just the 1 or 2% discourage the way I think and how I address the planet. I think if you look at things in general, what percentage of people have actually, when you felt, or did you wrong? Wouldn't it be a lot? This percentage of wrongdoers are a lot less than the good folks. I just want to be
what I'll say, my personal experience is, I'm definitely blessed. That's for sure. And I thank the universe, and I thank that God for that. Whatever you guys believe in, but I thank my higher being for that. That being said, there like I think Michael mentioned, he's like, all the blood, sweat, tears, time, money. Well, I feel like I've had to do times 10 of normal people. And the reason for that is because I've been discriminated against for my race, and I have personally experienced that myself. I can speak to, and not only that, in my sexuality. And this was a previous experience where they told me, we're gonna assign you this assignment, and because we believe that you best understand the client because you're gay. And I said, well, I just want to be clear. Are you assigning me this assignment because I'm gay, or you're assigning it because I'm qualified to do this job? And to be clear, this was a previous employer.
Okay. Well, one thing that very much confuses me. I hear you're talking. I know you have a feeling, but I'm kind of confused. When I see you, I don't think of a different race. I mean, I don't know. You look like a typical American to me. So I'm kind of confused about what is it? Like, did you give them your ethnicity? How would they even think of it?
What was the last part?
I don't understand. When I look at you, I don't see any race at all. So that's why I'm kind of, where do these people come up with that? I mean, I don't see
how we're treated different. We're not given the same resources.
No, but what I'm saying is, visually, when I look at you as a person now, I don't see, you're this or that. I mean, I have no Vietnamese. I would have never thought that in my life, or any other. I just don't see that,
Well, maybe because we are connecting virtually, but I would definitely tell you that when you meet me, you definitely see me being a brown man. On paper, most people will say, they expect an Asian man to come through the door. They do not expect a brown, half Latino man to come through the door. And I have noticed this because they do a double check. And they're like, wait a minute, is that the same person that I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is the same person. And I felt these energies through these interviews. And remember, my background is human resources. So I am analyzing this to the T of an experience of an employee when they're getting hired.
Really? I don't know. When I see you, I look and say, "Oh, that's a typical New Yorker, damn Yankee."
yeah, yeah.
I don't see the race thing. I see you as the Yankee, and I'm the Southerner. I don't, the old animosity from north to south. So it is what it is.
My 2 cents on you, Randy, is that I believe that people misunderstand you, and like they call you these things, but I don't agree with any of that, and I'm glad that you ignore that shit. I mean, you've been doing this longer than me, from a broadcasting perspective. But
I think they do it to try to categorize you so they feel good about abusing you. So they make up some stereotype and they stick it on your back. So, I can abuse that guy because this is what he is. When maybe you're not even near that.
And that's just sick to me.
Yeah, you get used to that. Oh God, you're just jumping in. Wait till it's going to really flow in a few months. You're going to have fun. Don't cry at night. You're going to get slapped so many times. You're going to want to scream. You're going to want to jump through the TV and just cut the blah 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 for somebody.
Hey Randy, I'm going to be calling you. You're going to be my social media therapist.
You could do it, but you'll be shocked. It's it's shocking.
I feel like they're going to definitely come for me, but that's okay.
Yeah, but it'll be just hopefully you don't get any sticky ones. I've had one that stuck with me for a couple of years now. And he's actually a right-wing political guy. He won't leave me alone. And he lives in New York. And he was actually worked as an assistant for a congressman. And for some reason, he attached to me and just starts harassing me constantly.
I'm so sorry you went through that. Or going through that, went through that, don't matter. I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, he was harassing me today. It started because at first you live in Saudi. And then if you have somebody, he may be some type of a racist person too, because, you're married and you're not married to your same race. And so I'm thinking he's probably, I don't know, he's some kind of a racist. I don't know. I don't want to, what's that called when you give somebody's information away? I don't want to dox somebody, even though he's evil.
Yeah,
so evil. I don't want to do it.
See,
we had a viewer track him down and we pulled his TRW and I called his wife and she freaked out and hung up the phone. Yeah, he wouldn't answer the phone. I'd called and talked to his wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually did. I was going to ask her, what's really going on? I don't understand the problem here.
Well, those are the kind of things that I just want us to stay away from. Not what happened.
You turned your other thing came on. You turned it.
Sorry about that,
didn't
guys.
think you're a director. You can do anything you want. Good luck. You can turn me off and take over the broadcast.
No.
Somebody broke Randy. Oh, I don't know about that.
Crazy. No, but yeah, no, I think that, we're going to definitely have fun on this app. And, I wish everyone, those watching, hear people out, even if you don't agree with them. This is
got a question for you, Tuan, from Anthony Davis, if you'd like to read it.
Tuan, I was wondering what you thought of the first TV ran by Bill O'Reilly and Newsmax. I haven't been able to really dive into it. I caught them on Pluto via Vizio. So it's Pluto's an app on the Vizio television. So because I have a Vizio television. So I've only been able to access them via that app, to be honest with you. I don't really watch Newsmax. I know that they're very right-wing. I also have heard that, Trump has been in talks with partnering with them and building a media company and whatnot. But I'm not really educated on really what they're trying to do in that perspective.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of it. What is Newsmax?
Just another right-wing media that's going to be really right-wing, even further than Fox News. So we're past Fox News at this point.
Okay, but aren't they allowed to be right-wing? People can be left.
I'm not saying. Look,
no,
I'll be very clear.
Anthony, what do you think? Can't they be that way?
Oh, they definitely.
What is your opinion?
Yeah.
I'm asking Anthony, why can't they be that way, or can't they? I don't know. I think this whole political realm has screwed up the whole of America. I think we need to dump it.
Goodbye. We're done.
Yeah, see you there. Go. We all need to stop using political left wing, right wing. I totally agree. I think we got to get rid of that. I think when it becomes the federal government, you're an American. You're no longer, you can't, I think the party system has to stop. Once you reach a federal level, you should be illegal to consider or even speak of a party. And when you say left or right wing, you should be considered a Nazi, in my opinion, and be categorized as a Nazi, because there's no such thing as a left or a right. Federal government supports all the people. So I think maybe take it up to the election level, and then the day you take office, if you claim left or right wing, you should be immediately thrown out of office.
Yeah, and Anthony says yes, they can talk all of the slant they want, and yeah, and absolutely they can, because you have to remember too, and I can't be picking sides when I want to or don't want to. The reason why I'm able to do my job as a journalist is because the First Amendment right allows me to. So I give, if you want to go around and parade in your Trump or do whatever, or any political party, and you want to go around the Capitol and you want to peacefully protest and not riot and not I mean, there was 5 lives killed, right? Have at it with your microphone. Have at it, because without that,
I didn't hear this.
Yes, there was 5 people that were that died at the Capitol building regarding these riots. One of them was a police officer. The young lady was shot. Yes. Then there was 3 medical patients that suffered medical conditions that passed away, and then there was a police officer that died because he was hit by a fire extinguisher at some point during these riots. There was another officer. There was another officer that was squished as well by these rioters. And there's video footage of that as well, and being assaulted and hit.
Are they talking? I haven't heard about this.
Oh yes, everybody's been reporting on it. Even major news networks.
Well, I don't watch the news, but I would have thought I would have seen a post somewhere online. I hadn't seen anything about that.
Oh yes.
Some 3 were conditions that could have happened anywhere. I guess, I don't know. I'm not good at this. When Antifa was let in, when? Well, Tuan says he's confirmed that there was no one there, and that's his belief. And I disagree with him. I've seen photos there of people that were actually crashing the front doors of that area. And then I've seen people post pictures of them walking down the street in this Antifa things. Now, is that fake pictures? I don't know. But have you not seen that, Tuan?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them fake pictures because I haven't seen those photos that you're referring to. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in your comment section a CNBC article of the FBI reporting. So I'll provide you guys a couple of links to that just to clarify.
Somebody said, what about the 22 people who died in the Antifa riots and barely made a ripple in the media?
No, it made the media. That's not true. It made the media.
Okay. Lynn says, you've seen them, Randy. Yeah. Actually, the people that burst through the front door of the Congress, there's 2 guys, and they're also in like 17 videos of the Antifa people. And they're showing them doing that, and they're showing them breaking into the Congress.
Well, let's just be clear here. Let's just be clear here about
pictures.
Let's just be clear about the infiltration, because some of these actors are acting as infiltrators. So we have to keep that in mind as well.
So they are there. Those people were some of the same people.
I don't know. I haven't seen this footage. I'm just saying that some of these actors are acting as infiltrators.
Okay. Somebody said QAnon members. What's that mean? What's a QAnon? Or what does that mean? QAnon
is going to be a group of some would refer as conspiracy theorists that believe in that there's a secret there's a government or a group of people in government that have to do with sex trafficking children.
How do you say it? QAnon, or I don't understand.
QAnon.
Okay. I'm learning a new thing here, so I guess I'm not a member.
And
So I must not have been invited to the membership program. I have no idea what it means.
and just to be clear to your audience, Lenny says yes, Antifa dressed as Trump supporters and infiltrated among protesters. That is not true. I have confirmed it again, and I provided some links there. So as I understand your opinion, Lenny, but me as a top journalist here on HAPS Television, it is my job to call out misinformation, and that is misinformation there. And then that's per my terms of service here on this app.
There you go. So somebody said Antifa dressed as Trump supporters. I don't know. The one guy that I seen in Antifa and in the White House, he was dressed like a monster. I'm not like a Trump guy, but I think he's
I'm not gonna lie. They really put in the artwork into this stuff. I mean, did you see these photos?
Horns. He looked like some kind of caveman. It was crazy. And my sources said that is true. So what do we believe? I have to agree. If your sources are saying something that they think is true, but you're saying you think it's not true, I don't know. I'm trying to. This is the line.
Well, hold on, pause. Let me clarify something. Well, I've been very upfront about my role as a journalist here. I have not trying to be disrespectful, Lenny, but I don't know who you are. I don't know your background. You have been very restrictive about what your background is and what you do. And I've been very respectful of that, but I don't know anything about what you do or who you are or what credibility you hold. So this coming from you specifically, because we've been on a couple of broadcasts before, it's not fair to compare apples to apples here.
What hers says the FBI as well. What I would like to say, you have any ad or any article, you can post it in the comments if you're on your laptop and share that article or that news and let's see where it came from. So that's something great about HAPS. To say, wait a minute, I read this on XYZ and here is a copy of it. So if you have a copy of something you've read different than what we're saying, please put it in the comments and let's discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see problem.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find something else, but yeah. But I definitely agree, though. There's a lot of manipulation in videos and photos. So that, and I understand too how some people can be misconstrued and automatically believing these things, Randy. So I do believe that there's some type of patience or some type of, we got to give a little bit, but at the same time too, it's your responsibility as an individual to do your fact checking. And here's my problem too with a lot of people nowadays. They read the first two paragraphs and they think they're the expert in that topic. No, you need to read the full news article or watch the full video with your undivided attention to understand the news story. On any, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, or this has nothing to do politically wise. This is just used for you as a educated, viewer, as an educated reader, as an educated citizen, as an educated American, for whatever party you may be on or no party at all. It's your responsibility to do that fact checking.
I hear you. Well, I have a lot of people that I ask, you believe this and I believe you believe that. Can you please share where you found this information? And I'm sorry, but if you send me a link to Zodiac Teddy Bear Newsreports.com, I can't really embrace that. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that, I don't know. I just can't embrace some of these really independent places. Say who's true, false, where 80,000 people, where no one knows who was there. Who's to say they were true or false? There were 80,000 people to know who was there. Well, I don't know.
And Randy, and this goes back to what you're saying and reiterates it again. If you guys are seeing other reporting that, when I say actual real reporting, provide it in the comments, but you can quickly just type in FBI Antifa on Google and you'll find out quickly there are recent news reports. Just by typing in basically FBI Antifa, it will come up immediately regarding the Capitol Hill, because I just did it right now. And it shows that there's no evidence.
You know what I see here? I understand the comments, even though I don't agree with everything. People in a certain round believe the FBI are no longer for them either. So there's a lot of people who don't trust them anymore. So the FBI agents, I know, then lie then. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people feel that. Now, we may look at that and say, oh, no, you're crazy. But no, if they're feeling that, you have to understand that. When we look at the whole America left-right thing, it's kind of divided the nation half and half. So you have to look at it that way, and you have to think, well, how did half of the people end up not trusting and believing all of these things, and the other half to swear something different?
Tuan is assuming the FBI is credible. So, I mean, do we not trust our government entities? Because the last time I checked, the FBI and the CIA, the NSA, all of these government agencies, law enforcement agencies, are non-biased. I mean, are you now telling me that you do not believe in the service members who have committed to their lives 25 plus years, putting their lives on the line every day to protect this country?
I think
they have a political agenda.
I think we have to look at it more broadly than that. We have to look at who gets punished by these people and for what reason. And then you have to look at what's being done, and then people weigh their trust on that. If you look at the head of WikiLeaks, who has been harassed for years and years, do you trust the people that are persecuting him? Do you trust the persecution of him?
Here's what I will say. Money is a very powerful thing. Politics is a very powerful thing. And there's always going to be the rotten apples in a tree, right? Just like, for an example, I mean, just in this case. So I feel like every time that there's an opportunity, depending on who's involved, what situation you're in, there's also life that happens. You're at the wrong place at the wrong time. You're at the right place at the right time. So to answer your question, Randy, I think it's case by case. When you're asking me,
by the way, because I didn't want to get tagged in one of my other medias and get in trouble, so that's why I didn't say the name, just to let you know.
Yeah, no.
I didn't want to get tagged somewhere on YouTube and people try to destroy. Oh, you said no. I don't want to say the name.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of my, I do believe in my service members, and we cannot. See, the thing is, if we stop believing into our government agencies such as the FBI or the CIA, I feel like those are the months when then now democracy is starting to die, because these are the institutions that have been put in place to keep us safe. These are these service members have been there, and I'm talking about service members, not politicians. I want to be very clear when I speak in this context, in this moment right now. I'm talking about the career law enforcement agents, right? Where this is their career. This is not a political, a role of a term for 4 years or 8 years. So I want to make sure that's
the honesty and dignity of those career police officers, especially the one who put his knee on the neck and killed the young man. So I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, and those officers, they have an agenda, and it's very clear when he put his neck on George Floyd for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That is and I call that a modern lynching. I want to be very clear about that context. Well, we saw
always the bad apples and the bad decisions stand out.
That was a straight lynching in modern day. That was not just a bad apple. I want to be very clear about that.
I'll be shocked. Is he getting in major trouble? I haven't watched the media. What are they doing to that guy?
His court proceedings are still continuing.
Okay, he'll get life, I would say minimum. That was a dead-up murder. Hey, Cinderella, how are you?
Oh, good morning, Cinderella.
Somebody said, hold on, let me back up. Where did somebody say something else? Anyway, but one thing we have to look at, though, I love the way you talk and I love the interaction. Not I agree with you on everything, but I still think we have to take the perspective of looking at half of America doesn't agree with you. That's a lot. So that's half of America. So, you have two halves. Just because one half has the social media stage to stand on and yell at the other half, it doesn't mean that they don't feel that way. So what would you do to make those people feel the other way?
I just got to call out Lenny again. That is misinformation and not true, Lenny. Please stop providing misinformation, please, or I will have to report you to this HAPS team. Thank you.
What did she say?
She says he died from a drug overdose, but the officers shouldn't have let him up and called an ambulance.
I don't know. A kneecap to the neck is not a drug I've ever taken.
And I just want to be clear here when I'm telling the audience that I have to call out misinformation. The HAPS team will conduct their own independent investigation. They are all experienced news reporters, editors, even chiefs at CNN and other major networks as well. So they are professionals in doing this kind of work. So when I say that when you're providing misinformation, they will conduct a full investigation and verify the information I'm providing. Even me as a top journalist.
Yeah, but I'm kind of confused though. If people believe that, how is it misinformation? Where's the source, I guess? Who's to say what's misinformation and what's not? I mean, I'm kind of confused on that realm.
You would have to ask Lenny. I'm not Lenny. Because I'm not providing misinformation.
Yeah, Lenny, where are you getting this from? Please post one article from one news source. And I'm just asking because I want to know. Yeah, I'm in lockdown till tomorrow minimum. But I would love to see the article. Get the link on your web browser, copy and paste it in the comments. I want to see where that is coming from. I see a lot of things that I call I'm with Tawan on like half of what he's saying, because when I've researched some of the things people tell me, they're coming from Zodiac, the real news and only news, from the Care Bear. It's like, wait a minute.
The Care Bear?
What's going on here? Some of a lot of the sources come from just, I don't know, very interesting places, I will say. I posted 2 days ago. It has since been retracted. Okay. Yeah, if you have a source anywhere, we'd like to see it. I want to just see what source it came from.
And to be clear, and by the way, I want to address, I'm always welcoming opinions that don't side with me, because I believe that that's where we evolve. I'll re-say that again. So, and I would agree. I wouldn't want to be part of a platform that wouldn't welcome opinions, but there's a difference between opinions and then continuing misinformation that isn't true. So I just want to make sure that I completely welcome people's opinions. Doesn't matter where you stand on the
well,
realm.
I like what was just said by Anthony Davis. How can I put this? Anthony Davis is said correctly. It should be on our screen here. Let's see. Watch what Anthony says. I heard that he did have an issue with drugs in his life, but it had nothing to do with police brutality that was given to him. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a drug addict. He was known for it, but 8.5-minute knee on the neck. I don't care. You can't get seconds with anything,
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying, yeah, they hung the guy, but he had an issue with ropes. He was allergic to them. Give me a break. The guy, if you hang him, you hang him. However, information as well. This is true. Maybe it depends, though. I know this is going to be funny in the next decade to come, or the next couple of years, with this whole split down the middle of America and everybody kind of passionately into the politics like never before. I'm curious how it's all going to heal. I don't think silencing one half is going to heal it, but I'm curious what will happen.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, even myself as a journalist, and this is why I think it's part of me, why I believe, again, and I'll share this with your audience, it's a privilege to be a journalist, especially right now and during these sensitive times. These are historic times, and there is a sense of integrity and ethics that come along with this job, and I have to check my opinions and my perspectives at the door on all perspectives. And so, to piggyback on you, Randy, it's going to be very interesting on where we end up.
It is. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I just don't know who's going to make the changes. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't see it happening. I don't know why I'm seeing it now. Maybe it's always been like this. But I say Mindanao, not Cebu. I'm ready to go to Mindanao, believe me. I love my mother-in-law's house, but we can't go there now due to the lockdown. I don't know. I've never really looked into politics in any passionate form. And to be honest, the only political affair I ever attended in my life, I was living in New Orleans, and Obama came and did his rally there. And my son and I went there, and I thought it was unique because I'd never been to a rally. So we went and seen what he did. That's the only political event I've ever attended in my whole life. Never been to any other thing. And that's because like 3 blocks down the street, and I thought it'd be amazing to go see.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did. It was very unique. You know, at the time it happened, you know, it was just unique.
What do you remember most about that time? What stood out to you when you were there in that experience?
Just all the people that gathered and were happy to see a change. People were ready. A lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say, and they may even want to unfollow me, but you know, it's up to you. I'm tired of being managed by old white people. I want some young people.
Oh my God.
I'm really tired of it. You know, I need a little and I need some younger people in my life. You know, I want somebody who can go and run our government that has a little ambition. I'm tired of I'm just tired of it.
Talking to my grandmother, because she just said that yesterday. She said the same thing. She said the same thing.
I'm tired of it. You know, I want to see diversity, and I want to see younger people. Brian said, "Amen." Yeah, so I hope
Brian,
you guys I don't know any other way to say it, but I'm kind of tired of it. When I look across our political realm, and people there 30 to 50 years, I mean, God, doesn't anybody? You're 80 years old. Quit working. Go home. Relax, people. They're 70 years old.
Okay, look, let's be honest. Go enjoy all that damn money you just made. Go enjoy your millions. Goodbye.
Yeah, I want to see some younger folks in charge of the world.
Thank you.
Elected Biden, senile guy. Yeah, I don't agree that was the person that was there. I don't know why somebody younger didn't step up to the podium. I'm kind of shocked. I would have thought the Democrats could have come up with a younger, progressive person. I don't think that he was the best choice, and I just would have loved to see somebody younger, somebody more, you know, I just don't really agree with that choice.
You want to read Anthony's comment?
You want me to put it up? Where is it? Who involved in the independent party? Is that what you want to see?
It's people who are, yes, please.
Okay, there we go.
Anthony says, people who are involved with the independent party are the ones who will truly make a difference, but the Democrat and Republican suppresses the independent party. Anthony, well said, and I completely 100% agree. Yes, absolutely.
You know, and that is a weird thing. Why is that allowed?
Because the masses have allowed it. I believe it comes down to conditioning. People do not know. I don't truly believe that there's people who even know how to exercise their rights. Americans do not know how to exercise their rights appropriately. And again, this goes to going back to my comment about it being systematically designed this way. A lot of people don't know their rights. A lot of people don't know that you cannot just be stopped by police just cause. You have to have probable cause, right? So and then a reason for the stop. You know, depending if you're on foot or you're on a bike or you're on a vehicle, right? I understand it can vary case by case, but I'm trying to just provide for context here.
We need a common working man in the office. Somebody says, Miss Sharon Craig, it's appreciated. Tina, I've seen that also. Yeah, who was that one guy? The only independent in the past 20 years that was, what was his name? Oh, I can't remember the name. He's the only independent that got near the top and he failed. What was that guy's name?
That is not misinformation. That's my opinion.
What is the old guy from Texas who really he got really to the top? What was his name?
Who are you thinking of?
Ralph Nader, not Ralph Nader. The other guy, the older Texas guy who was screaming all the time. Who?
That is not misinformation. That's my opinion.
Ross Perot. There we go. Ross Perot was the first independent that got really near the top.
Definitely not Ron Paul.
But it was Ross Perot. Ross Perot got really near the top. I mean, he was in the 30% category. He was doing pretty good. But I think I don't even know if he's alive anymore. It's been a few years ago. Do you remember him?
No, I don't. I don't remember him, to be honest. But I just want to be clear that the unfortunate part in politics, we all know that politics is a game, right? And they all have their constituents that they speak about and that they, owe their campaign to. So I just want to make sure that I agree with you guys when you say, like, well, like you say, Tuan, well, they've been doing the same thing over again. They're like, these politicians are all the same. I agree, because I don't see anything different either, Randy. I don't see that we're doing anything different. We're doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's quite exhausting.
Is whatsoever. None in my life. I don't know if you feel anything. I don't.
Say that one more time.
I don't see any changes in my lifetime at all.
And I don't see I was thinking about our government, right? I don't see that we're evolving. No, we continue to go through these problems and pass the buck. Everybody, all these politicians are getting paid, but we keep passing the buck.
The only government I admire around the planet these days would probably Switzerland is doing a pretty good job.
I do know about Ross, but I don't know enough about him for me to confidently speak to him in context. I'm a person that you'll learn quickly that if I don't know enough about a topic, I do not speak on it.
Well, you got to remember, Ross Perot was quite a while ago. I only remember that. Really, that's like out of his age bracket, I would think. I just remember it because I remember him screaming at the TV all the time. I thought it was great. He was a Texas guy, billionaire, screaming all the time.
No, I mean, once we get off this call, definitely we'll be looking into him, especially if he was the only independent that rose. That's definitely worth notating and understanding what happened there.
Yeah, he was quite unique.
Unique fella from the south border of Texas, huh?
He was definitely different. He rose. I actually thought he had a chance. I'm surprised how far it didn't really get. I'm surprised it didn't gain full traction. Anyway, on the Biden thing, I'm really not feeling him either. Are you feeling him? I mean, are you like not thinking of the party realm, but the person realm? I mean, I'm not really feeling that.
Unfortunately, no.
I don't really feel it.
And I think that a lot of.
Let me restart the media server. Hold on, we have some
Americans would agree.
I'm restarting the media server to try to. We're having a little issue. They got the world's bank, the French. Tuan, that's smart not to comment when you're not sure. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And again, this goes back to my ethics as a journalist. Like I hold myself accountable. I do my best. I'm not perfect. I will not always be perfect. I will make mistakes. I am human, but at the same time, I do my best every day on every broadcast and in my journalism work, especially in my journalism work. Right now, I'm kind of sharing with you guys a little bit of my personal opinions that I normally don't do. I'll be very clear with your audience. I normally don't. But that being said, I think that this is a great opportunity for us to really put our heads together and hear each other out and the differences and the perspectives and share.
Yeah, all the respectable and well put comments in a good format we appreciate. But those that take it a little over the edge, it's not as appreciated. But it's nice to see there's a lot of people here from all beliefs and all thoughts, and we're able to talk in a normal fashion. So I love to talk about any subject from anybody's opinion as long as we stay respectful. I don't like it when we go overboard, Yeah, I appreciate you sharing your opinions, Tuan. Yeah, Brian, we appreciate you. So it's somebody said Ross Perot got 7% of all votes when he ran. That's a lot for an independent, 7%.
Wow. Good to know, Anthony. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I definitely will be looking into that.
Tuan thoughts on 13% of the population commit over 15% of the crimes.
I'm not really sure where that data is coming from, so again, I can't comment on that.
The FBI reports crimes and statistics by race, region, and area. So he's just talking about the daily crime report, FBI crime report, the monthly report, I believe. Yeah, Tuan is really engaging this train. We appreciate it. Yeah, everybody's enjoying you engaging and talk to people. Really.
guys. Thank you. Look, and I gotta be honest, like, thank you for being welcoming to those of you who have been respectful. I mean, this is where we start. This is the basics. And not only that, Randy, I mean, like I mentioned before, you know, generation gap. Thank you for being open to listen to younger people. Like you said, you're like, I'm tired of these white people telling me how to live. Let's get some, but there's that means a lot to people like us, because sometimes we don't feel like we're being heard, or sometimes people always say, well, young, we're not experienced enough, or we don't care. No, we do. We do want to change. We do want to open up communications. But I will say there's probably not a lot of us, but we're there. And so thank you, Randy, for being open to, my opinion.
Well, and Jay. Yeah, a lot of people, but also here's what you've got to learn, that people that lean in the media on the left side constantly never listen to the right side in an objective format. And I think that's why you're getting a good response. Yeah, I know, baseball guy, you're saying your stuff is FBI stats. You're true. I know they're there. I've read them. Batter Saud. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh, my batter. Salam alaikum. Kaif al hal. Fadlan Sheikh. Sheikh Batter al Saud. Salam, my brother. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Alex said, huh? Huh?
Ooh, huh?
H-U-H, isn't that, huh? Another thing people don't consider in crime rates are mental and physical health attributes.
Yes.
I guess. I don't know what's considered, to be honest. I don't know how they do that. I'm licking my lips. My lips are so dry. Can you let me get up and get a drink of water real quick?
Of course.
Okay, you guys, if you don't mind, be nice to Twan. I got to get a drink of water. I'm about to.
Damn, y'all. He's like, yeah, please don't eat him alive.
Yeah, I'm about to die. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Of course. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Same here happened to me in the past couple of days. Very disappointing. True colors of so-called friends came out. Heaven. Delaney Twan, just to make sure, I adore you, and it's a long time on who to really trust, and it's the media or even social media that needs to be facts corrected. But before the first report of any story, Alex says, "What?" Brian, I am 51 years old, and I still think I'm in my 30s. I think these are older politicians that are still stuck in the time of their upbringing, up in their 70s. Yeah, Brian, good point there. And I completely agree, right? This is going to be a generation disconnect, especially between my generation and their upbringing. I'm a 90s baby, okay? So I can tell you that my way of technology is going to be completely different than these 18-year-olds that you're currently seeing out, especially in the States. They're being influenced by social media and mass media. They're not doing their fact checking, etc., and they're sharing this misinformation. But that being said, like for me, my perspective is I think my conditioning is different. I look at technology such as I tell technology what to do. Technology works for me, right? But that's the thing that again, upbringing. It's really important to understand the difference there. So good, John. Well, thank you for sharing, Brian. Twan, what do you think of Alex Jones? Not enough information for me to provide context on a full thought. Let's see here. I don't mind others' opinions at all. I don't care which side of the road they are on. Whoa, I'm sorry. I do adore Twan. He is wonderful. I don't spread misinformation. I'm old, so this is probably the reason as well. What's this? That milk? Vitamilk, soy milk, brought to you by the Randy Horton Show. Ew.
It tastes like mold.
Okay, that's gross.
I'm not a big fan, but I was thirsty and it was in the fridge.
See, I play it safe and water. I do water and ginger ale. That's it, though.
Walaikum salam, batter out, salam.
We were just talking about, Brian mentioned that, he's 51 years old, but I still think that I'm in my 30s. I think that these older politicians are still stuck in the time that they were upbringing in the 70s, and I definitely agree with him. I was sharing with him, just in the basics of 18-year-olds versus me being a 90s baby on how we think of technology. Technology works for me. I don't work for technology. you ask an 18-year-old, an 18-year-old will be like, oh yeah, I believe everything on a social media platform, and it influences me, and it kind of, my life, things like that. So that's the difference. That's kind of where we are, Brandon.
My work in the corporate world, dealing with all age groups, I find there's a certain level of people in an income and age bracket that live behind this financial wall or this lifestyle wall that just denies them to see the realm of what's going on right on the other side of the wall. So they live this, it's like you don't know what poor is like until you've been poor. And a lot of people can't relate. If you live in one of these communities in America where there's no crime and everybody's lovey-dovey and roses come to your house every day, you may feel totally different than what people see living in New York City, living somewhere in the Los Angeles area, or living in Hawaii. I've noticed, depending on your environment and your financial status, you see the world totally different through your eyes, and I see them through my eyes.
And I 100% agree with that. Damn, you're that thirsty that you're drinking that nastiness?
I missed that, sorry.
I said you're that thirsty and you're drinking that nastiness.
I was so thirsty. I'm not a big fan of soy products. I only drink water like you, but I figured I would try it, I'm a water person and coffee. That's about it. I don't do drinks.
Water, coffee, ginger ale. Those are my faves.
I used to drink ginger ale, but I don't do any sugar products anymore.
I'm getting older every day. I gotta wear my glasses now. I gotta watch what I eat. I can't drink no more.
Because my arms got short. I used to be able to hold my phone out 3 feet and read it, and then I couldn't hold it out any further, so I had to get glasses.
Coming in handy, huh?
Hussein agrees that we should agree with these different views. Yeah, I would like to say that there's actually the thing that I'm seeing from my perspective is I see one people's view being called fake news, and you're telling them how to feel. When I think if they feel that way, we should say, well, why do you feel that way? And not say, oh, you can spread misinformation. But if that's the information that I don't know. There's a gap here still that I'm not feeling yet. There's a gap. There's a big gap. I should check my blood sugar if I'm thirsty. I hear you. Well, actually, I had some roasted chicken with some kind of it was a little too salty today, and that's what it is. Welcome to old age, Randy. I laugh out loud. See what you have to look forward to in Tuan. Oh, there you go.
Wait, what happened? What do you say?
You got to look forward to me because my glasses. He said, see, Tuan, you're going to be the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
He wears glasses. I don't know what he's got on now. You wearing contacts?
No contacts. I'm squinting right now.
Yeah, you're not wearing. I know you wear glasses. It is putting a muzzle on peeps. It's not right. I agree with that too.
I agree with that. Absolutely. And I agree with you, Randy. I want to re-highlight, you cannot tell people how they feel.
Yeah. So I don't know. Was this whole thing saying you cannot do misinformation and all?
Yeah.
And
well, that's
the banning of Trump's account on Twitter. That's just so petty. I don't know. I see it as so childish. What's up? Good morning, cold Mississippi. What's up, Banner Man?
Good morning.
I don't know. This whole thing just is kind of like, ooh.
Hold on, Randy, but I want to pull it back to your business. It's a private company. They can do whatever you want. If you don't like it, go create your own company.
I totally agree with that.
So that's kind of where we are.
Creating business for them. He was keeping people engaged. I don't understand that as a business move.
I agree with that, and I agree with CNN, and I agree with Fox. I agree with all of those networks. They were making money off Trump context all year long. No one can. I will not agree. See, I agree with those folks that say, "Oh, well, they were making money on Trump." Yep, I agree with you. They sure were.
They were making big money. I can't believe that. Yep. There's actually the Russian TV RT network The North Korean has a thing also on Twitter, but they cut off Trump. They kind of like, whoa, that's heavy. Let's go with Russia and let's go with North Korea. But Trump, we can't handle that. I don't even know what to think.
So I'm an investigative correspondent for Rupley Television, and RT is our sister company.
Yeah. So you know the belief in the RT.
I do. Trust me.
Everybody has a little agenda. It doesn't matter if you flow with it or not, but it's kind of like who supports who. They stole Nancy's laptop. Yeah, but Nancy Pelosi, do you think she ever even opened it? Let's be honest. The older folks in her generation the computer's there and gathers dust. I doubt that she touched it. Everybody in the corporate world that I know that's over 65, the computer is just like a paperweight. I don't see them touch it. It is. I go to a lot of offices and you can look. The guy's computer is so far away he can't reach it. And he hasn't looked at it in a decade. He's sitting there on his mobile phone playing only, I don't think they touch their computers. Somebody said everyone was moving from Facebook to Parler, and now Parler is being shut down by Apple and Amazon. You know what? I have a Parler account, but I didn't like the app personally. I don't know what his agenda things are. I just put up there, follow me on Haps. Hi, I'm Randy. Follow me on Haps and Twitch. So I don't know what it. I found the app not to work very well. I don't know that they were banning them. Is that true? They're gonna take that app away?
Yeah, those are my the reports. Fraser, what's going on, Fraser? But yes, I did hear reports that the app has been currently been in violation of some of their terms and services. So Amazon, Apple have moved forward, and the Android to take down that app.
Yeah, but the app doesn't work. What kind of terms of service do they have? I can't never get the thing to work.
And you know what, Randy? I thought about that too. So hey,
have you tried to use it?
I've tried, and it wasn't working for me. So
when you scroll it on your phone, your comments bounce around. I never got it to work. Fraser, welcome here. Have you been listening to us a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I'm at work at the same time as well.
Oh, you've been having a little bit of network problems today?
No, I'm not being fine. I'm just in an office. I'm not sure if you can see that because I can't see off on my main screen or not. So.
Okay, you're on the phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm outside. I'm at an office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the phone is challenging these days when it comes to trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed it. The app, the new update is very challenging. I like Parler. I thought it was a lot like Facebook. Did you? Twan, that is false. Apple is giving them time to start nuzzling people before Apple does anything. What's that mean?
Yeah, so when I say there are violations of their terms of service, that's what I was speaking about. So they violated their terms of service, so they've been given some time. But I have been hearing that Amazon, I was agreeing to Amazon and the Android app. They were the ones that were having discussions of banning them and moving forward with the ban. But you're correct. Apple has given them some time to adjust, to come in compliance with Apple's terms of service. And to my understanding, it's a moderation tool that they do not have completely developed in the app. And I guess that to be an appropriate working app on the Apple Store, you need to have a moderation tool. So that's what I've been told from sources in mine.
That is a tad crazy at present. Yeah, Fraser, I hear you. It's not, or the mobile app is really degraded. I thought we were going to move forward on apps. We're moving a little backwards, guys. The apps on the web base on the Google Chrome is fantastic, but we're really not going forward much on the phone. It's not. It's just it's lacking a little bit. Let's hopefully something happens a little better in the future.
Hey, Randy, the connections are pretty good this broadcast, though.
Come again?
Our broadcast has been pretty good. This
Yeah, I
broadcast.
keep resetting the media server when no one's looking. And I started the broadcast without sharing it anywhere. And then I waited till after I booted up, and then I shared it to other media outlets.
Interesting. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
I'm trying different things to see if it's my fault or something I'm doing. So I'm changing what I can change and doing things at different times, and I think that worked out well. I didn't just kick off on all media outlets. I brought them on slowly, and it seemed to work that way.
That sounds probably like the way to go.
Yeah, Apple gave them 24 hours to change their service. Well, you know, you were saying about they have to have a way to moderate. Why do they have to moderate? Why?
They need to have a tool. They need to have a tool to moderate. So, why? Because there's people committing suicide. There's people that are, you know, being.
That's people do commit suicide. If you don't want to watch it, you should not look at it.
What? But I'm sure. But you got to understand a risk here and liability as a private company. Like I see, I got to bring you back to the business perspective. The CEO does not want that on there, and you as an app, being Apple, the App Store, they don't. They have to make sure that they are mitigating their risk as an organization. So if you're going to allow for an app to exist on your development platform, you either come you come with the you meet the requirements.
Warning: this app has everything on it. Watch your ass. Just like they do a warning on a porn site. This is for 18 and older. You may see a woman get beat up by a mic.
We're talking about different. See now we're talking about different company classifications and different liabilities, different insurances, etc.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to bring it down to layman's terms and make fun of everything, but I couldn't. Thank you.
You're speaking to a corporate guy too, sir.
Yeah. Take it down to. I understand all of these things, you know.
I know you do. That's why I'm calling them out.
Yeah, we have a lot of these things you can't really do in the world. You have to be really careful.
I know.
You're cutting. Are we? I'm seeing everything clear. I don't see any problems. Where are you at? You're on. No, you're on HAPS. Okay. They don't want people to have free speech. Tell the truth. I do feel free speech is no longer in existence in the world. In America, I see it more prevalent and safer to be in other parts of the world. You know, I see now free speech is actually for years now has been slowly being taken away from all people. And when you travel beyond the borders of America, you actually have more freedoms throughout the world than you do in America today. America, in my opinion, has somewhat let too many people take over the freedoms and take them away from people. I understand we don't want a suicide. We don't want this or harassment of children. But when you take it to a whole nother level of, you know, I don't know. I'm just really shocked about the speech thing lately.
And I want to agree with, I want to be clear that I agree with, is it Cinderella? Yes, Tuan, Tuan, they started this now after how many months? I agree with you. It should have been done sooner. So just to be clear, I 100% agree with that.
Oh, you're a peckerhead. Oh, they should have done that when he first got on there. Oh my gosh, show the color.
What happened?
You said, oh, they should have done it sooner. Oh my God, you're so rough.
I am. Look. Here's why. This is power. Where's my? I don't know where my phone's at, or where is it? But this was a powerful image to me, and I agree with it because of what happened at multiple, not just what happened at the Capitol, but multiple people have died from it. And I'll show the photo real quick. Oh, I guess it expired on my Instagram. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. For Cinderella, for the Cinderella girl. Look, I agree with you, and I even posted it, right? Because I felt like, yeah, they are complicit.
What does that mean?
Yeah, they are responsible. They're complicit. They have a part of responsibility with what occurred with these lives that were lost. That's what I mean by that.
We're talking about the only one event at the courthouse, or at the Congress. What are we talking about?
That's the one at the Capitol Hill, correct.
Oh, what about the Antifa thing? I thought that was about that.
No, there's no Antifa that was found by the FBI. They stated that Antifa was not involved with that.
Okay, they didn't find him on the streets of America killing innocent citizens and destroying their businesses. The FBI discovered none of that. What was it, Boy Scouts?
Boy Scouts.
Well, if it wasn't Antifa, who did it? I mean, what, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts?
These were Trump supporters and also Proud Boys from a couple. Those are just a couple of the groups that I know.
So 50% of America supports Trump. What's that mean?
I don't know. What does that mean?
As Trump supporters, if 50% of America supports Trump, and somebody does something wrong, there's a 50% chance he was a Trump supporter.
Hold on. I'll tell you. Well, here's what I know. I know that 72. Don't quote me directly. I think at least 72 million voters are Trump supporters because that's how much voted. How many people voted for him?
72 million. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm not into the number thing. I don't know what happened. I haven't watched all that. I don't really know what happened. I don't get into it. I don't know if he lost by 10 votes or a billion. I don't know what happened. I know somebody's yelling it wasn't fair, and then other people saying it was fair. And then when I called out somebody who really knew the facts, they said sometimes in an extreme situation, you have to do what's unfair to make sure you win. And that's what I think has happened in this election, that people were so down and so tired of Trump in their belief that they agreed to take inappropriate action to make sure he was not reelected. And I mean, and I believe that. And if I am wrong, I would like God to take your left toe, not mine.
Hey, and again, what we saw, what happened at the Capitol Hill, were people that were enraged and upset because they were brainwashed and lied to by Trump and his administration. And for those of you that want to go back on record and look at his Trump aides, who have also stated directly, one of his director of communications aides stated he lied. And they knew it, and they've known about it since November. So when you have an aide going on record and verifying this by saying, yeah, we've been lying to the American people. We know that we had already lost the election back in November. That should speak for itself. I don't even work there. She worked there. She worked for this man. There you go.
I don't know. Sounds feasible. FBI and CIA lost their credibility from the Iraq war invasion. That's for 100% true. Oh, my God.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, I was in Iraq, and I can tell you what a scam we pulled off there. Those people didn't do anything. They had nothing. There was nothing there.
And to be clear, Brian, when I say Trump supporters, I'm just saying based off what was observed, based off the video footage, what they were wearing, what they were there for, the event that they were there attending, the time of the event that they were there. So, but I agree with you. We cannot just blanket Trump supporters as rioters or anything like that. So I agree with you, Brian, when you say, well, we can't blanket it. I agree, but I was speaking to the context of what we saw, and the engagement of this crowd in this community.
Yeah, and after several reports also, 63% were heterosexuals and wore white tube socks during athletics. Well, I mean, how far do you want to take it down to? Okay. Yeah, they were, yeah. Tom was going on with Julian Assange. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, and I don't think that's fair either. I don't understand why they're making an example out of him for nothing. Okay, Cinderella, can you please share that information? I'd like to please just spread that. Before anybody says, wait a minute, can you spread where that comes from? Before we say, wait, that's not true, can we just see where you found that at? I'd like to know just where was that? Where is that? Is that a news report? Was it a video? Can you copy it and share it in the comments? I mean, I invite anybody, if you have a different view than Tuan or you want to support what he's saying, just copy and paste any article or from any news site right here in the comments and we'll see it. If we saw several videos, can you please just post? Let's see it. Let's see it in the comments.
And one thing I want to be clear too, Randy, is that, I'm a person and I have a name, and and my name isn't media or the media, right? So I would appreciate that, especially for those that are watching. I didn't do all that. That has nothing to do with me. I can only speak to my work and what I do and what I can change. So when people approach me, I tell them, "Oh, you're the major media." No, my name is Tuan. That's where you start, because you know nothing about me. You've never looked at my work, and we have no point to speak on by categorizing me, because Trump supporters do not like to be judged. Well, neither does the media. So how does that make you any better? It doesn't.
I agree with you. I agree with you, you media person.
You media guy.
You media devil bastard. I'm sorry. No, somebody asked if you could post the article that says the FBI saw nothing or did not see any of that. Is there an article that says that anywhere?
Yes, I'm posting it right now.
He's going to post it in the comments, so you're about to see it.
Mm-hmm. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
There it is. FBI says there is no indication of Antifa took part in the U.S. Capitol riot. From CNBC.com.
I can
Okay.
send you
The opposite. Please post your article. I'd like to see it. I need to grab something. I'll be right back. I'd like to see an article from the other side instead of just comments disagreeing with Tuan every time. He was able to pull up an article. I would like to see your article. I'm not believing either one or backing anyone. I just want to see. Show me these articles. Oh, here we go. One of the men who was part of the siege of the Capitol building is John, an extreme BLM activist. There you go. So there's somebody says something different.
Well, that's a tweet, though. That's not a news article.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that's a tweet. So we need to look at, and then also to that that journalist is a far right journalist. He is not a non-biased journalist. I know,
But
Mr. Andy.
by his name, he looks Vietnamese.
Maybe, but I'll tell you right now, he's not a non-biased journalist. He's very clear about him being a conservative journalist. So again, there you go.
He's Vietnamese, though. Can't you support your brother?
Of course, I support my brothers, but not on misinformation or whatnot. But look, again, I want to be clear. I'm not going to say that there was no Antifa there. I want to be like what I'm saying is
one here from the New York Post, but it didn't go up right.
Oh, weird.
There it says Antifa did do it from the New York Post, but somehow it didn't post it. So there isn't. Can you open that and reshare it?
I'm going to try it right now. Yeah, because I want to read it.
Hey, do we have the helper guy who will come out in the rain and go to the store for us?
He goes home.
Oh.
Do we need something? What?
Hold on one second.
The problem is the store closed.
Even here?
Up the hill, yeah.
But the private stores are open. I can't go out.
So for those of you that are currently still watching and are interested in the New York Post, it says at least 2 known Antifa members were spotted among of the Trump protesters at the Capitol on Wednesday, a law enforcement told the Post. But this doesn't say that they incited the riot. So let's be very clear when we're reading these news articles. Miss Cinderella, the Antifa member was disguised himself with a pro-Trump clothing and joined the DC riot, said that the sources who were spotted as infiltrators while monitoring video coverage from the Capitol. So they were just there attending and monitoring and acting as infiltrators. But that has nothing to do with them inciting this riot that we saw in the Capitol.
But they were there, right?
They were spotted. Yes, they were there and they were spotted. But that doesn't mean that they incited this or were leading this. I mean, this is a free country. This is a free country, just like we like to talk about our freedoms. They have every right to be anywhere they want, choose to be at any place that they would like, as long as they're in public and doing it lawfully. They have a right to be there.
They were there.
They did not plan it, Lenny.
Yeah, the guy that drove the car didn't rob the bank either, but he was there.
Hey, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Let's go back to what we're all about, right? Like this is
you're not innocent, and you have to pay bail, and then you're proven guilty.
Choose which one.
Hey, now we're talking some real shit right now.
Yes, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
No. So you got what you want. All right. Here you go.
Monitoring, okay.
There's 1, 2.
We got another Twitter call. I wish Tuan would take of his blinders. Take off his blinders. Well, I would like to say his blinders are just like we can have blinders that say we disbelieve everything also, and then the people say, well, you have blinders because you disagree with everything. So maybe you have blinders, maybe he has blinders. The trick is to both kind of raise them up a little bit and say, okay, I hear you. So Trump has been found not guilty on all accusations, but still have hard on for him. I agree that they, I don't know.
That's a very ambiguous statement. I don't know what you mean by that, but it's a very general statement. I have no clue what you're talking about in specifics. There are multiple laws and violations that this president did, and you can't indict a sitting president. So that's why we haven't responded the way we respond based off my sources. So if you can be more specific to provide context, that would help.
Okay. Yeah, see what people are feeling, Tuan, from your opinion and the way you're talking. Some of the people are feeling that you're degrading the people with the divide. But really, I don't know how to respond to that.
It's not true. That's how you respond, because I'm providing my opinion, right? And then I'm providing facts regarding factual news reporting that I provided here. When you look into the context, Cinderella it's just going based off of them being spotted. Okay, well, you're innocent until you're proven guilty, just like the rest of these rioters. These rioters will be innocent until proven guilty, and they will have their time to defend themselves.
Okay, here's what I want to say to Cinderella. No matter whether you stand on the subject, you want to know what both people think. I'm very good. Hello, Mr. Asir. Thank you for being here. But you want to know what both people think. So when you're trying to listen to both people or both sides, if you want to take a side, or if you want to say, I think you should listen to what others have to say with just to look at it. Whether you agree or not, that's okay. But I think you should look at both sides and listen to what they're saying and see if you look at Tuan's compassion for denying anything that you would think is true, and he's saying it's not 100%. Well, he has a passion for his belief and his feeling, and he's backing it up with different stories and interpreting all your stories as not as credible as his stories. And that's what we all do when it comes to our personal opinions. Not that it's right, not that it's wrong, but I respect Tuan. He's doing what he thinks is correct, and I don't see anything wrong with that,
Someone says, and it made me laugh. He said, I think baseball, 1966. He says, Tuan's making a list here of people to ban. Nah, man, it's not. No, look, I respect people. I respect their energies, even ones that don't agree with me, their opinions, things like that. There's too much time spent to do all that kind of work, and I'm not that type of person. But yeah, that's funny.
Also remembers Tuan's here just having fun too, so he's not here. He's not getting paid. This is his free time enjoying haps on social media.
Yes. I'm not here on any affiliation. I'm not here for any brand. I'm just here enjoying my time with Mr. Horton. And Mr. Horton, thank you so much for having me, by the way.
Yeah,
while
we're interacting with Tuan, we're only, that's it. So
yeah.
And what I like, the way we can sit here is talk to each other, is we cannot, what can I say? We cannot, let's say Tuan is your neighbor, and every day when you get up and go to work, Tuan's in his front yard getting his mail. You can't, you got to still remember Tuan's your neighbor, whether he's your fellow American. So if one of your fellow Americans or your neighbors thinks differently than you, and he wants to define his thinking with the way he defines it, I don't think we should be upset about it. I don't know. Does that make sense? Somebody said, watch this on Twitter. I will, Fod, but I can't do it now. I'm in the middle, Randy. I listen to everyone. Yeah, there you go. I do too. I listen to anything and everything. I mean, I grew up totally different. I grew up in the Buffalo.
I want to definitely say this to Brian. Thank you for pointing this out. He says you have to separate Tuan, the news guy, from his role on here. He's giving his personal opinion. Yes, exactly. And I want to be thank you, Brian, so much for saying that. Yes, because and I think that's where the challenge as a journalist for me, that's my role. My role is the challenge to make sure I'm checking my opinions at the door and providing you neutral news. Helen, you mentioned that as well. Ms. Helen Wallace, thank you very much for really calling these things out.
Thank God you're not her neighbor, she said.
That's all right, girl. That's okay.
I think it's great. I think it's kind of I'm glad you're not my damn neighbor.
That's fine with me.
He's saying people do not agree with his opinion. He is labeling them brainwashed. Well, if you think about it, if we turn Tuan off, you would say, oh, he's brainwashed. And then when we turn you off, he would say, oh, that was brainwashed. So we both think, we both look at the same way, and we feel some of those. Love you. Thank you, Cinderella. I think you're funny. That's some courteous misbehaving. And that was not really directed in a mean way. So I think it's funny. Randy, at least you can laugh about it. Well, some things are funny, I mean, that's a proper way to dispute. I am glad you're not my neighbor. That's nothing.
Well, Brian says I can be his neighbor, Randy.
There you go. Brian.
Thank you, Brian. I got somewhere to go now, folks. Damn, I was homeless for a minute. Oh, Helen, thank you. Yes, I mean, look, if we're always serious and upset and at each other's throats, we're gonna get nowhere. And actually, that's not fun, and I'm not interested in that. So. But there are very important things to discuss here, and yeah, it's been fun.
It is, but at some point you do got to get a little humor on it, or people get too serious,
Yeah, and then the energy.
Tuan was my name. Over to play Dungeons and Dragons. Anthony's gonna have you over to play Dungeons.
I'm down, Anthony. Let me know, man. Let's go. It's been a while.
Because he stopped wars everywhere. I've heard some of that context, and maybe the lobbyists that support business are different.
Yeah, and I don't know where you guys felt that I was labeling people, but if you were maybe just disagreeing with me on the reporting of labeling these people as rioters or Trump supporters, I'm just sharing with you on the reporting and the observations of facts that happened in those events that we discussed today.
There you go. Jane says she wants to commend you. It's a very good broadcast. Yeah, I think it is, because both people here were very active in the comments. Tuan is answering his words, and you guys are giving his response. What I see is the right are allowed to talk to the left without being slapped. Even though you feel he's a little rough in supporting his comments, you're allowed to be rough in yours. But I have not heard him degrade anybody in a personal manner. So you may feel that way, but I haven't heard him degrade anyone as an individual.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Randy. Thank you for being clear about that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard that at all. I've seen some people earlier in here that were degrading, that were not
me.
Yes.
They were degrading me. Let's be clear. They were degrading me, and they were telling me to go back to my home country.
Yeah, that happened to the person about 30 minutes ago or an hour ago.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that
incredibly respectful. Well, that's the part, Tuan, that you'll see when you're doing live broadcast in front of the world. People are going to come up, and it's going to be like you just want to jump out of the screen and go, "What's your problem?" But you got to it's hard to suck it up. This will give you patience later. This will help you. Suck it up.
Trust me, I'm learning them, guys. That's what I told you earlier. I'm not perfect. I'm human just like y'all, but I will do my best. I will put in forth my energy as much as I can and do what I can every day with what I got.
Exactly. Degrading by calling people brainwashed. Did he call you brainwashed? I missed that. Did you say somebody was brainwashed?
No, I did not call anybody here brainwashed.
I don't think I heard that.
No, you can go look back on it, but I did not call anybody here brainwashed.
Yeah, okay. Cinderella, you're speaking left or right. Now, Tuan speaks like a leftist, but he may be an independent, but he has a belief. I wouldn't classify him as totally left, even though his comments tend to float that way. They brand Trump, but not Ayatollah Khomeini.
I want to add to that. I'm an independent, but that being said, I speak from my life experience and my upbringing, right? And so that's where, like, these opinions, these personal opinions that I'm sharing with you guys again, that's where they're coming from, is an upbringing of life experience, a path that I was on.
And by the way, this will be the last time that I ever enter a political commentary for the next decade. This is the first time in 15 years, and it probably won't happen again. I never get into the politics because the passion for it people have, I don't have. I don't really have it. I don't really care about it, but I can see how there's a split in people, and it's kind of a hot topic. And I like the way that some people respond and you guys are going back and forth, but I'm totally non-political. Rand, thank you for amazing, innovative, engaging stream. Got to head out. Okay. Thank you for being here. Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you. What else do we got? Ash, Twan, Rand, thank you. Amazing here. Engaging stream. See you later, Gators.
Okay, this one, baseball has wants your opinion. I'll put it on the screen.
What is your thoughts on Trump being the sitting president, being censored on social media? Yeah, we kind of tackled this a little bit earlier in the broadcast, but we kind of put on in that moment, we put on our private company hat on, and as a private CEO, you can do whatever you like with your platform. So if you don't like it, then you find another platform or you create your own platform.
Somebody asked me why, Randy, you're providing a forum for discussion. The reasoning is if we don't sit down and talk to people we disagree with, we're never going to agree on anything. Whether you want to or you don't want to, you've got to sit down side by side. Half of what Tawan says, I don't believe it at all, but he's a friend of mine first, and then his political views are secondary. So Tawan, I classify him as a friend. And just because my friend believes differently politically, I don't care. And the platform is, here's a friend of mine who believes mostly the opposite of what I do. I mean, I was raised in a conservative Republican buckle of the Bible Belt. I don't believe most of the stuff, but at the end of the day, you feel and you believe what you want, and I respect that. It doesn't bother me.
And I think that's what's beautiful about, a safe place like this, Randy, that you're providing. And I thank you again, us being, being differently from different generations, but at the same time, you're being open to hearing me. And I think that, and allow me to come with your community and your audience and engage with all of you, even though if you disagree with me. Trust me, I learned something today. I will take something away from this conversation. I will reflect on it, and it gets added to my toolbox. It gets added to my experience, and then to help me evolve as I get older.
And also, this platform, a friend of mine is sitting next to me, listening that, hey, look at how many people think differently than you. Maybe it'll give him some self-reflection. Maybe not. Maybe you'll think, you know what? If so many people think this, maybe I should look why they feel this way instead of look at the facts, look at the reports, and look at the numbers. Sometimes we have to look at people and individuals and say, hey, wait a minute. Look, a lot of people feel this way. Maybe there's something that we all need to discover. Why do we all feel that way?
I agree with you. And I think I think that goes back to my comment from earlier. We have to question things that are being told as the truth to us. I think that's the hardest part.
There's only 37 viewers on Twitter. Yeah, I'm multi-broadcasting, and right now we have 650 viewers. So I'm on Periscope, I'm on Twitter, I am on 3 Facebook pages, and I'm on YouTube right now. And there's 651 people here right now. A lot of people are listeners and they don't like to chat, and they're admiring us and they're admiring your comments, but they don't want to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, they're like, we're good. We're going to just watch y'all today.
Yeah, really. I mean, there may be 8 to 20 active speakers, but there's 651 people just observing, watching this happen. There's a lot of people who watch daily and they never talk. And I get many messages in the evenings after I'm offline from Facebook to Twitter saying, oh, I was there and I was watching. Jeff, your question got blocked? No, I didn't see any blocking here, whatever. Can you do it again? Yeah, Jeff, I didn't see it.
That's it again, Jeff.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Maybe it went by at a time we were just into a different realm. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed that automatic moderator thing can be sensitive.
Yeah, but it's weird sometimes. It's not even a rule. Yeah, the auto moderator has, I don't know how it works. We're learning from all this conversation. I think so. God bless USA from the Pelosi group.
Oh, thank you. God bless you for the Pelosi group. Hey, look. I agree with Randy. Aunt Nancy, she's got to go too. Like we got to get some, new blood in there, young blood in there.
Hey, what's happening? And I think no matter where you're at in the world, from America to Saudi to Asia, you're sitting here, and if you say the left, look at these people, look at that people. Well, you got to look at how everybody thinks and listen to why they think that. Why does Tawan say regarding the videos of the police waving people in?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that the footage speaks for itself. I mean,
thank you, Cup of Joe.
Jeff, really, I think the video speaks for itself. I don't believe it was manipulated or any of that sort. So I think that is true video footage. There's been multiple. I mean, I have colleagues on the ground that saw this.
I think that it's better to let people run in than crowd each other and trample and kill one another. When you have that many people pushing against a wall that's not really a barrier anyway, if those people would have crowded behind, the front ones would have been mowed over and killed. They got tangled up in the fence. Tawan is my friend first, and when I care about anything else, he always treated me with respect. Banner man, whoop whoop.
Oh, thanks, Banner man. That's sweet of you to say. Thank you, sir.
I can't even get rid of the Feinstein who has dementia. What luck we gonna have getting rid of Pelosi? I have to agree that we all agree those people, I don't care if you're left or right or even independent, we agree it's time for those people to retire.
That is one thing I do agree on, yes.
I believe no matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or independent, those people you mentioned, we all want them to retire. Yeah, the cops knew they were outnumbered, so they got out of the way. Exactly. Sometimes they have to get out of the way. It's better, and then fight another day. But we know, no matter left or right, I've found nobody who would like to see those people another day in their life. I personally want to see younger people in charge of the world. I'm tired of the older 70-year-old politicians.
Yep.
How old is she, by the way? I don't know. I don't think the calendar goes up to that level. What?
Randy, come on.
We all should agree it's time to get some serious term limits. No, Kat, I don't believe in term limits. I believe all of these jobs should be handled like jury duty. Every citizen in America should have to serve 6 months in the Senate and then let you see what it's like, and you'll get the same salary they get for 6 months. So I would like to see all of the American government become like jury duty. You must go in and serve your 6 months in Congress, and you get a pay of 6 months in Congress, and then change it out. And it'll be like a lottery who we pick. I think we'd be better off with just doing it like jury duty. We'd probably get better.
Hold on. Are we going to have like the big ball thing so we can just like crank it?
There you go. It'll be on TV every day. And Tawan, you're Speaker of the House this week. Woo-woo. Pelosi is in her late 70s, early 80s, I hear. Let's all agree on this. If everyone was the same, it would be a boring world. Yes, this is true.
I agree with Mr. Bannerman. It would be boring.
That was security planning for the amount of people that were coming in town. Yeah, this is true too. Randy, do you see my message here? Because I'm not from Periscope. Mohammed Al-Hathri, you're from Twitter, and we see your message. We have Twitter, Periscope. We're on Haps TV now, and we're also on YouTube, so we can see all the comments. You may not see others' comments. You may feel lost, but actually there's 684 people here right now.
Wow. Well, thank you all of you for joining us. I mean, I truly
Actually,
appreciate it.
685. I don't know why. We had a little rush of 100 people come in.
All right. I guess the word's getting out.
It's coming now, yeah.
I know.
And out of-
It's really coming.
And out of the 1,500 people that have dropped in, 882 have gave a heart and a thumbs up. So you're looking at more than 50% of the people have said thank you and good work.
Hey, you know, we have to continue to keep the
Mr.
dialogue.
Muhammad, yes, you're welcome, sir. The only thing I don't see is how long we've been talking. I don't know where that is.
We've been live for 2 hours and 45 seconds.
Where do you see that? I don't see that.
At the top right side of your screen, next to your profile, right above.
Right. 2:45. Oh my God, we're putting some time in here.
I know, right? We are putting the time up, and look at people are like saying hello, hello, hello.
If I get paid by the hour, it would be great, you know. More than 50% engagement and 50% have stayed. So 50% ran away, 50% stayed, and more than 60% engagement. It's on the bottom of my screen. It's on the top right. I just noticed it. I didn't ever see that before. Those dogs are freaking out again outside my house. Well, I don't know. Anybody have any last questions before we go? And then if we'll get through that, and then we'll let Tuan say his last things. And I believe it's time for us to give it a break after 3 hours. What do you think, Tuan?
Yes. Well, we'll definitely we'll save it for next time.
Okay. Did they run away and they went to bed? They may have went to bed. Yeah, 2,400 views and climbing. You're right. Now we have, oh my God, we just jumped up to 750 lives, and it's climbing every second. I don't know what to do. Give me a call later. I will do it. Okay. Is that a tech issue? I can't see Bannerman. No, it is a tech issue. It's kind of strange. There's some things happening different ways, and I'm sure they're going to get it worked out. There's a lot, we are in beta. If you're on a mobile app, it's really weird the past 2 days. When you're on the laptop, you see a whole lot more. We have to stay on now, somebody said. Oh, my God.
Brian, do not summon us, please.
Yeah, please. Why isn't Edward Snowden talked about anymore? I don't know. Usually when they stop talking about you, they murder you. So poor guy better run.
Yeah, that went south quickly.
That's the way it happens. When they stop talking about you, they blow you up. They come and get you. So
I'll share some last words if no one else has any other questions.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I'm here in the background. I'm going to let Tuan close the broadcast with his words of wisdom. And before I say you close it and you handle it, Tuan, no matter what you believe, no matter what people comment, no matter what I believe, you're still a friend of mine. And I appreciate you.
You are my friend, sir. And I appreciate you.
And for closing comments or argument to you crazy right-left people, here we go with Mr. Tuan. Bye.
Guys, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for those of you that were sharing your disagreements and your agreements. I'm Tuan St. Patrick. I am a national correspondent for Rupley Television. To Mr. Horton and your community, again, thank you for the warm welcome. This is all still new to me as well. Remember that these were my opinions, and then some things that I shared with you, yes, were fact reporting. But at the same time, I just want to go back by saying thank you. Thank you for being open. And that's where the conversation starts. Until next time, see you guys around. Peace.